Welcome to the Fantasy Football Garage. I'm Chris the Candy Man, and you already know what time it is. Tonight, we're drafting best ball teams. We're doing dailies on Underdog. We're going to try to qualify for the Dog Bowl. We don't have much time left, so we got to make these last bullets count. Hartman is out this week, but we got Hoohames together for our weekly show. We're going to talk everything main slate. We're going to look at some, player decisions, talking about, which matchups we think we want to lean into, which games, all that good stuff. We'll answer your questions in the chat. So without further ado, let's bring on Hoohames. Let's hit the intro. Let's get right into it. Let's talk some ball. It's week 11 and we're feeling good, but we're looking to get lucky this week. And can we ship one of these tournaments, one of these slates? Can we qualify for the Dog Bowl? Let's find out. If you're new to the channel or if you're watching this later, make sure you're subscribed. I've got a goal to hit 1,000 subs by the end of the NFL season. Maybe we can do it, but I need your help. Doesn't cost you a thing, but make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Subscribe to Hoohames' channel as well. His socials, his links are in the description. And come say what up in the chat. Don't forget to smash that like button. Without further ado, let's rip the intro. Get right into it. Bring on the main man, Hoohames. But overall, it's like the guy can ball. Like actions speak louder than words. Hey, yo. What's up, dog?
What's up? Yeah.
Dude,
as I was talking to you before, like we did the two last week and they did not go good.
Yeah.
I guess I could bring them up if you want to dread this.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good starting point to discuss, either construction-wise or did we just pick the wrong games? Did we have the wrong stack? What do we need to think about?
There was a couple things there. Number one, did you bring that up?
Oh,
yeah.
Boom.
Yeah. So this team was one we drafted. We got a 0. Bears wide receiver 0 again. Like that was a worse pick than the Jordan Mason flyer. Like the DeMario, because we chose to go with Mason over DeMario Douglas, which was the wrong play, but it wasn't like wrong enough to matter. But DJ Moore was actually the bad play.
Right.
Because
Did we pick Rome 2 weeks ago?
I know I had a whole bunch of them in BR. So like there's that. But we took him to do the bring back thing. Like, so the team makes sense. Like I like this team. But CMC wasn't what you needed. So it didn't matter, basically, right? And we were in on Waddle. Waddle had a solid week.
He's been fine.
Dart was quarterback 2, I believe.
He's been great.
With Theo, like that is something that we needed. We just needed a different piece other than DJ Moore. We needed the Rome this time or the DeAndre Swift over Mason.
Sure.
And I think we opted not to take Swift, and that's when we took DJ Moore, I believe. I don't remember who was on what side, but I do believe that we opted for that, which led us to Jordan Mason and DJ Moore instead of Swift plus something. And Swift plus something, that still doesn't get us to 140.
Right. We wouldn't have got there.
It doesn't get that.
McCaffrey wasn't who you needed.
And the other team, like you and Hartman were both in on the Arizona-Seattle game, and I was not. And it's all good. Like we built it out like you should have, though. Like the team makes sense. We have the Darnold with the AJ Barner bring back on Seattle. Darnold went in the 5th round. Like he came all the way back. The JSN draft tried to pass him, and we had Harrison, so we decided to sneak in that stack. Kyron was a good pick. Demont got 15 touches, like against Washington. They scored 42 points. Right. It just happened that Gibbs broke him. Jefferson was like that. The Jefferson situation is the Jefferson situation. It's just bad, right? It's things there don't feel good.
Ooh,
He was
yeah.
frustrated. He got
On like 12
targets.
targets too, if I'm not mistaken. It's just like it's
Yeah,
just
like
there's no touchdowns.
those 12 targets were actually about 4 targets because half of them were like 20 yards past him.
You hate to see it.
Yeah, so like uh that is something as well. So that team did not do great either. And this is my solo team.
Mm,
Scored one more point than our best team. Still not good.
right.
It
Some
also
pieces
it
there.
also had Jefferson. I was in on Jefferson last week. It didn't work out.
Where I
Uh,
think we're going right is paying up at QB. There's consistently
yes.
been good production. Obviously,
Yep.
like Dart's out this week, but there's been
Yeah.
consistently good production
Yeah.
from some of these top guys. And otherwise, you just kind of have to make some bold
Well,
calls. It has nothing to do with these dailies, but in my home league, I was forced to start Alec Pierce and Tez Johnson, and I hadn't started either one of them in my wide receiver spots. I had Rashi Rice and CD Lamb on bye, and they both hit. They were both two of the top, 5 wide receivers, 6 wide receivers on the week. And so
yeah.
I felt like I had a weekly win, but it was really just a managed league where I had to get a little bit, I had to dig deep a little bit with some buys.
Oh yeah. We've all I was there in a couple leagues. Uh I might have started George Holani in a league actually.
Oh gosh. I mean, I'm
It's
not that desperate yet, but I've
well,
been close most of the season.
it's a 3 wide receiver, 3 running back, 4 flex, 6 14 man league. So
Right. Oh
it's
yeah.
it's like you start 3 Chiefs running backs every week. Like like it's deep. It's probably too deep.
That's true.
All right.
Look,
We got a question there from James.
yeah, let's get to James' question. Let's say what up to everyone in the chat. We got Lol Samo. How we doing, brother? James, Anthony, aka Best Ball on Call. Always appreciate you being here, my man. Have a great night. Thanks for stopping by. Fantasy Dog, my man, the number 5 like. Don't forget to like the stream. Shout out to Fantasy Dog. Thanks for being here, my man. Hope your week's going well. Hope your matchups are looking good in week 11. We're here to talk some ball. Let's talk. Let's get right into it. James says he's got full PPR. What are our thoughts on potential upside for a Bears wide receiver Luther Burden Jr. with DJ Moore, out, potentially missing time.
It,
Roma Dunze, who's questionable. I don't actually know much about Roma Dunze, so I'm going to defer this to Hoohames to give me an update on Roma Dunze. I'm going to pull up my coach speak and see what's new.
I haven't heard a lot on the Rome Odunze
Okay.
stuff either, but I think he was he was hurt going into last week too, and he played.
Okay. So nothing new. I don't see anything
I
new.
assume that that's what it is.
Okay.
That it's Wednesday practices don't matter. Like if they played the week before and they didn't get carted off and they don't practice Wednesday, don't worry about it. If they don't practice Thursday and Friday, then it matters. A rookie maybe worry about it, but like a veteran, I know he's on only year 2, but he's basically a veteran on that team. But yeah, I wouldn't really worry about that. DJ
Okay.
Moore, I don't know much about, but it
You
feels
thought it
like
was
Luther.
shoulder, right? Wasn't it
Yeah,
shoulder related?
yeah. I just
Not
haven't
mistaken.
heard anything else.
Yeah,
But
we don't know. We don't know any details yet, right? The post game
yeah,
presser from Ben Johnson. We don't know anything yet. Severity, but the quote, that they're getting his rep count up. They're getting Luther Burden more involved, and they want to get him some targets, the trust level, all that good stuff. So it seems good. I would say optimistic. I'd say Luther Burden. You guys heard people talk about him as a waiver pickup this week, last week,
he
and kind
looked
of all
good when he got the
season. He's
ball.
been on the cusp of relevant, right?
Right, and I mean, when he gets the ball, you can see that he has the ability to take it
Potential,
anytime.
the potential for sure.
So like, and he's actually learning the offense. DJ Moore is still he's kind of doing like the AJ Brown thing. He goes downfield, and if he beats man, he beats man. But in zone situations, it doesn't feel like he has learned the defenses very well. And maybe I'm wrong with that. Maybe he is better against zone,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm pretty sure he's historically been really like really good. His best games have been against man. So I think
Sure.
that matters whenever you're looking at the matchup, if it's a man or a zone defense. And obviously, all teams do both. So
Right, right. Yeah, I'm
it's just,
I'm excited about Luther Burden potentially getting some use. So, Putt Daddy
mhm.
says, "What's up? How we doing, my friend? Good to see you." He, best on call. He's exhausted, but he's chilling. He's listening. Always good to see you guys. Yeah, the Burden Loveland need to just see targets, get more at playing time. I think we agree on that one.
How's
And
the new job going, Best Ball on Call?
yeah, Anthony, give us an update. Hope you're doing great, my man. Always good to see you. Ended up keeping Myers over Parker Washington. Worthy's available. Wow. Would you drop Myers for Worthy? Neither has done much this season. I would probably roll the dice on Worthy, but I get where you're coming from. I'm not so excited about the Jaguars. They're just not really scoring enough touchdowns, I guess, for me to be super interested. But yeah, I've been, I'm like, oh, not super excited about Parker Washington. He goes off, but someone's got to catch the ball.
I I hate this, but I'm kind of on the other side of it. I think I just keep Myers and let Worthy ride. He's not been good this year. He's
Yeah,
maybe he's healthier after the bye week. I don't know, but like yeah, and Jacoby Myers, like if BTJ's out for a while, like Travis Hunter's done for the season. Uh,
right.
like they traded for Myers to play him. Like I assume that he's going to start over Parker Washington whenever he like learns the offense a little more. He had 3 catches last week uh, with less than a week of practice. He's a solid player, and he's basically a tight end whenever it comes to running routes. And
And they don't
Trevor
have a lot of
Lawrence,
tight ends right now,
well,
the Jaguars either, right? They're kind of.
Brent Strange is actually like
Is
on
he
the verge
coming
of
back?
practice team. Yeah, I don't know if he'll be this week, but Trevor Lawrence can actually hit tight ends. He can't hit wide receivers. So if Jacoby Myers, in my mind, plays kind of that's how I look at it. I think he kind of plays more. He's just a possession receiver, right? Like he's a good possession receiver, but I view that kind of more like a tight end, like
Sure.
possession receivers. Maybe that's the wrong way to look at it.
No, I think people used to think maybe this is a bridge too far, but like Keenan Allen kind of was that kind of
If
safety
people,
blanket guy underneath
yeah,
receiver. Big
and
shout out to the original fantasy dog. Let's get this party started. Thank you so much for the super chat, for supporting the channel, for being here, my friend. Always good to see you. Always appreciated. And yeah, man, thank you so much. And he follows it up with, yeah, there's so much T-Law talk. Does he get traded off season?
I think the best possible thing would be if him and Kyler Murray got swapped.
Ooh, I feel like,
Like I don't think it happens, but I think it would
yeah.
be it would be the most fun for content.
Does Trevor Lawrence eventually fit into that category of a Daniel Jones, a Baker Mayfield, a Sam Darnold, a future top drafted QB who couldn't get it done on the original team, but finds himself in a new spot and excels?
Well, the thing about Trevor Lawrence is he's honestly got every possible chance. Like he's got to play year in year out. Darnold kind of got a quick hook. Daniel Jones was kind of hurt and got a quick hook. Uh, like some of these other ones that you look at in the past, it's same kind of thing. Like they kind of got the quick hook and then they resurrected. Trevor Lawrence has got to play every single year. I think it's less likely, but it is possible. And he's had 3 coordinators now, right? I think it's 3.
I'd say, yeah, practically one a year, right? But that's
Yeah,
that's pretty status quo. Like you see Dart already getting his
yeah.
second head coach, halfway through the season.
I do think
Tough.
that if he went to a stable situation, like a coach that had missed it, like if he went to Shanahan or something, a pretty like was done for forever or something like that. I think that that could work. Or he went
Right.
to Andy Reid or like a coach that has done it before and we know is going to be there for a while. I think that that could do it. Like a Minnesota, like it could probably work in Minnesota.
Hmm.
But his he just can't throw the like he just can't. He's not accurate deep. I don't know why.
I don't know. I can't describe it.
Yeah,
Jimbo
it's wild.
Fisher has a new profile pic. Love it. Incredible. Thanks for being here, brother. Hope you're doing good, Jimbo. I lost last week partially because Kyle Pitts is trash can emoji. Should I go deep like Pat Fryermuth or Barner? Half PPR needs some punch at tight end. Hoohames, what would you do here? I'd probably keep rolling it with Pitt, but once you get burned, it's kind of tough. And the Falcons have been up and down. Penix Jr. has been up and down. The touchdowns are kind of been lacking. Would you rather roll it with Fryermuth, who's connected to Aaron Rodgers, higher touchdown upside potentially, or Barner connected to Darnold, definitely higher touchdown upside? What's your thoughts on this?
I actually think Kyle Pitts has played really, really well this year. It's just a shame that, as you alluded to, Michael Penix is not playing really, really well this year.
It's touchdowns, right? It's the touchdown.
Yeah,
I mean,
and like
good games.
The thing, like for this week only, I love Fryermuth.
Mm-hmm.
So
against Cincinnati, of course.
Cincinnati gives up 19.4 fantasy points per game against tight end. I already had this up. Jacksonville gives up 15.3, and that's second. They give up 4.1 points more against the opposing tight end room than any other team. And Jacksonville is almost a full point worse than the next worst team. So They are basically like from the field, they're 6 points, like they're a full touchdown more than the other than the other three teams there, which they have a gap on. They're basically a touchdown worse. And Fryermuth also, I believe, is the only reliable guy that Rodgers does have.
Right. Johnny really hadn't been in that role this year. I agree. I like that call. I think that's pretty savvy. Yeah. Yo, what's up, Alex? How we doing, brother? He says he traded Nico and Barkley for JSN and ETN week 4. What do you think of that trade? I mean, I have to go back and compare it like week to week, but you sold at the right time for Nico and Barkley. They really weren't doing much that time in the season. And JSN has been rocket ship emoji up and to the right. ETN has been totally fine. The difference between ETN and Barkley is that Barkley's actually had a spike week. ETN has been more of a low ceiling, decent floor play, but consistent. I think getting JSN in this deal is the best player, though, so I think he did well.
Yeah, I always want the best player, or usually want the best player.
Right.
Usually.
He says, rest of season, what do we think about? He's got Drake, May, and Henderson. Love it. Judkins, love it. JSN, nice. Egbuka, sick. McBride, incredible. Justin Jefferson. I mean, this team, you're poised to win with your bench. You got Woody, Bucky. I heard he might be practicing right now. Might be back. Harvey, insanely good. Love it. Wandale's fine. Loveland's great. Pierce, love him. Tua, 10-man PPR. Alex, I think you got this one in the bag. I hope you're in a good spot with your record, because if you make this team, take this team to the playoffs, you're going to have a lot of fun trying to figure out, is it a Henderson, a Woody, or a Harvey week? Bucky comes back. He's pretty much, you have to start him if he's healthy kind of thing. So this is a great team. I like this. Happy for you.
That's an awesome team. Yeah.
Sick. And the Drake May piece is really fun too, obviously, right?
Yeah. He's got elite top end wide receivers and then a whole bunch of good running backs.
Yeah. Hoohames making a call. If Hoohames gets this right, you'll be able to say you were there when you saw it predicted.
What are we talking about?
The T-Law
number one pick swappo. Oh, yeah.
T-Law for Kyler.
Oh, yeah. I just think it'd be hilarious.
Ertz is an interesting name. I love the call out though, and backed it up with kind of like the data and the best matchup. This could be a big Fryermuth week, so I think it's a fun one to venture onto. But Ertz is interesting. I don't know what the stat for a while there was, like Ertz with Jaden Daniels' is money, and then obviously Jaden Daniels out, so I don't know if it's been as good. But
he had a fine week this last week, and then in garbage time, they ran a 2 tight end set to where they basically gifted Benson on a touchdown, when generally if the game was really mattering, I think they would have given it to Ertz kind of thing.
True. Yeah, Hoohames, he's always pulling out that tight end stat against the Bengals. We've heard it week in, week out. Love it.
I mean, it's insane. Like, it is crazy.
Unbelievable. I mean, You're referencing it. I flipped to it right here. This is the adjusted points allowed
What do
from
you?
Jake Seeley of The Athletic.
Okay.
And we can see Pittsburgh Steelers against the Bengals. It's a plus 11.4 adjusted points allowed. So that's
Yeah.
pretty insane.
And I mean, they have played against Pittsburgh once already this season, and I think 3 tight ends scored touchdowns in that game.
Mm-hmm.
I think Washington, Jonnu, and Fryermuth all scored in that game.
Yeah.
So, like, that does skew things a little bit. Like, that's,
It's insane.
you
I mean, that's
know, like,
the easy way to read this is like against the New Orleans team, you would expect to be right at the expected amount of points at the tight end position, about 10 fantasy points. If you're playing a Steelers tight end group of, and it's not always one tight end, but it can be 21 and a half fantasy points. So that's just such a plus
yeah.
matchup. It's like glaring.
Yeah. And we've already seen the Pittsburgh Cincinnati matchup, and we've seen it work.
Right.
So,
Right. And it was good. Tim
yeah.
D says, "Who crew stand up? Appreciate you for being here, Tim D. Always good to see you, brother. Hope you're having a great week. Getting ready for a week 11 slate. Looking forward to the not only the best ball playoffs coming up soon, but also the managed league playoffs. Great to see you. Yeah. Emptying the fab to pick up Burrow. Yeah, I mean, I am not optimistic that he'll come back, or maybe he will, but it's kind of like if he comes back in real life football, it just might be too late for fantasy football.
I mean, it might be, but
It's
if you
never
got
too late.
if you have a team with Joe Burrow sitting around that matters, like
realistically, he comes back. Do you think he could get to 90% of what we expect from him on a week in, week out basis? Or it's going to be like, because imagine he comes back in the first week, he puts up like 11 fantasy points and you're just kind of like, dang, I held out all this hope. And then,
I think what's going to happen is Flacco's going to continue to cook. Burrow's going to come in and not be 100% and be a little worse.
Right. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah, like I think that just like not that Burrow's a worse quarterback by any means, but
Of course.
Like Flacco has been playing. He's been practicing. He's been doing all that stuff. It could be wrong though. Like I know I'm taking him in the fourth quarter stuff, so I moved Burrow all the way up to like 15 picks before ADP.
Mm-hmm.
I think by next week, like if Flacco has a bad game this week against that team, they're gonna rush to bring him back and probably ruin his career because it's the Bengals.
Yeah.
Like,
What's up, Mules? How we doing? I bet you're right. Actually, I think you are probably right. My two quarterbacks that went early that I had the most exposure to was Jaden Daniels and Lamar Jackson. So them missing time, that hurts those teams. My best team in Best Ball Mania right now, it's in the top 700, I think. Kind of varies week to week, but it has actually Lamar Jackson on it in a big stack. I have Keaton Mitchell, DeAndre Hopkins, and Mark Andrews. So I have a bunch of Ravens on it. I also have Drake May and Daniel Jones on it. So it's a three QB team with Lamar Jackson. So that one actually is that's my best team, does have Lamar Jackson on it. But you're right, it doesn't also have an elite tight end because the Bowers missing time really hurt those ones, and then Kittle missing some time too. Yeah. But yeah, all that matters is week 17. We just got to get there, baby. We just got to get there. We're holding out hope for some of these players to come back like Lamar, right?
I have a Bulldog team that's just Drake May and Joe Burrow. And Joe Burrow might come back for the week that Drake May's on bye.
Yeah.
It might actually work out. And the team's in first and supposedly 100% chance to advance. So I should have a Burrow team live.
That'd be nice.
In the Bulldog.
I didn't get a whole lot of Burrow, just kind of with the stacks naturally. So this is also, I was kind of scrolling through, this is also a pretty good matchup for Ertz against Miami. I just don't have so much faith in Marcus Mariota. And when he gets it done on the ground with his legs. So I would just still lean, I think Freiermuth is kind of a savvy play this week, even over Ertz there.
Yeah, I like Freiermuth a lot. Oh, by the way, I've done 3 squib kicks today just to kind of get a feel of the board for Dog Bowl. Um, and I've linked all of them in my Discord. And whenever we get to doing that, we can go through and look through all three of those boards to see what you like, what you don't like,
That'd be interesting. Yeah, we
to
can probably
see to
get
see like where the ADPs were in that. And I get it that like it's
because
a
that's
different caliber of player between the Squib Kick and the Dog Bowl, but
well,
it's the same thing.
those are also 12 teams. Is that right?
Yes, yeah,
Exactly. So
it's
that gives us
12
some
games.
information. I think
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
yeah.
Yo, what up,
And
Matt Friend? He says Brissett or JJ McCarthy this week. I might roll with Brissett. He's been kind of a good, like high floor, player when he's been active, and I'm starting him personally in the league. And I think he also has the rushing upside, and he has the goal line work upside. And the Arizona running backs keep getting hurt. Bam Knight might be out. We don't know yet, but San Francisco seems like a manageable matchup. So give me Brissett on that one. Yeah, the 3
yeah,
touchdown tight
I want
ends.
Brissett as well.
Yeah, Brissett. I like Ertz with JD a lot more. I do too, no doubt there. Burrow is targeting Thanksgiving. I think that makes some sense. I mean, that's right around the corner. I thought Burrow was just going to break passing and touchdown records this season. I know it's like sometimes these things it's like a roller coaster. You have Dak Prescott for MVP, Dak Prescott out for the season, Dak Prescott MVP. It's some things are cyclical in kind of a weird way. No, I think Fantasy Dog's on point here. Very sharp, very sharp. We're thinking Brissett. And then shout out to, we got Nate Janos in here. We got Galaxy Pickers. We got the great Neil Orfield. What's up, brother? Always good to see my man. Fellas. Got Hoohames in here. Hey, that looks familiar. And then
Yeah, I did that. Before the season, before the Burrow injury. What's funny is that bet still may hit.
Matt says, PPR, would you trade Marvin Harrison Jr. and DJ Moore for Olave?
I mean, assuming it's single season, yes.
Because you just
Both
want
of
that
the
Olave piece right now?
I mean, MHJ just had a surgery. DJ Moore missing practices with something like Tyler Shuck has actually looked serviceable. Like, and Shaheed's gone, so it's him and Jawan
You
Johnson.
scared me there.
Targets.
I did not catch. I missed the line about Marvin Harrison Jr. the appendectomy. Yeah, he probably misses 1 week, but I think. I mean, for a second there, I thought there was like a wrist thing or something going on. You gave me a miniature scare.
No, he had a surgery. Like
Yeah.
he had a.
Okay.
I mean, it is a surgery, so.
Yeah. What do Marvin Harrison Jr. and I both have in common?
He drops slant routes.
Oh, do you think I'd drop a slant route?
I don't know. I don't.
Slander. No. Lacking an appendix. I
Yeah.
got my appendix removed when I was like 12.
Yeah, I would guess that I've not had one removed, but
Pretty common.
I know, like, yeah, my sister just had hers.
Oh no.
No, hers was worse. It was a gallbladder.
Oh no.
Yeah. I forget. Something happened, right?
It's
like something happened. But I'm going to guess that a surgery to somebody who's going to go over the middle and take massive hits probably doesn't want to come back after 1 week.
Yeah, I think there's some healing,
especially for a team that's not in the playoff hunt. Like, most likely.
Yeah. No, Fantasy Dog, he's just being humble. He's very sharp as well. And yes, we always like to say, appreciate the questions. This is all about, the Q&A, getting a talk in the chat and let us know which questions you have for the week, your lineups, your sit starts, all that good stuff, rest of the season, the trades. But I highly encourage you all to participate, not only in asking questions, but answering them, because there's a lot of things you guys know that we don't know. And there's a lot of things that we can all get better on together. So getting consensus on some of these questions, some of these answers, I think is really fun. And I remember, like, distinctly in the past, there'd be a time, I think it was right after the NFL draft, and I just was kind of blanking on the defensive players. I was really focused on the offensive rookies, and I was in here and I was talking shit about Atlanta defense, and then someone in the chat was like, "I'm an Atlanta fan. They just drafted like 2 pass rushers in the first round. Like, what are you even talking about? This defense is going to be good." And I was like, "Oh, you're right. You're right." Like, so sometimes you can't know everything, so we gotta lean on each other where we have.
I mean,
deep
we're
intel.
in the business of looking at information and trying to decipher it. If we decipher it wrong, I want you to tell me.
You got to keep us in line. You got to keep us
Like,
straight.
yeah, like I want to know. I want to know when I'm wrong.
Nate Yana says Herbert or Dak rest of the season. I think it comes down to schedule a little bit. Herbert still has the bye. Dak doesn't have the bye. If it's purely, the most you'll get out of an active player, I'm going to lean Dak, and I think it's close enough. So I'm going to say Dak there, but it's pretty close.
Yeah, it's close. I personally leaning Herbert because I think they're going to be in more meaningful games, and I think that it like I mean we've already seen Dak pulled from Milrow twice this season, so I don't think the Chargers are going to be in that situation.
I think having Lamb, you can also
yeah. With that, you just go Dak.
Yeah, always good to see Neil in here. Neil was live earlier today, drafting some dog bowls himself. So
yeah,
I did. I stopped by for a half second there and got to just see that they were drafting, but I didn't really see how it turned out for them. So
I haven't got to watch
back
that one
later on that for sure.
Yeah, I haven't got to watch that one yet either. I went live 15 minutes before that to do the fourth quarter stuff.
Yeah, nice. And I think I was like walking to the bathroom and it popped up. You were going live. Neil was going live. It's just a lot going on. And I was like, dang, I wish I had more time to watch those. I have to check back. Yeah, I'm excited to see your fourth quarter takes too, because it's so week to week, just like it was for the second quarter and the third quarter. And I think so.
I fully did rankings this earlier today. So I had some ideas.
The fourth quarter will, I guess it's because I'm trying to think of the exact timing of it. What's the last week?
It's going to be week 17.
It is week 17. Okay. I just couldn't remember if it was week 16 or 17, but week 16 didn't sound right.
Yeah.
So it lines up pretty nice.
They're a lot, like Neil said, he needs to give him a chance. Like they're a lot of fun because there's a lot of thought involved, and like with the way Neil and if you don't watch Neil for the showdown stuff, like before the primetime games, you absolutely need to. Like he likes the thought exercise of stuff like that, things that are different. Like where is the edge? And there's definitely edge in these contests. Like the same guy got third, like he had 5 teams in the finals, got third and fourth. Eagles did in the second quarter.
Oh yeah. I saw Eagles have a nice result due to the sharp drafter for sure.
Yeah. He's crushing everywhere, all over. Like he also kind of crushed drafters in the weekly, either last week or the week before.
Nice.
Yeah.
We got Galaxy in here, says with the Butte being out news, still like Odunze over Marks. Also, still like Marks over Harvey.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like Marks and Harvey are pretty equal. Like I think Harvey gets the bump now that Dobbins may be out for a while.
So Hoohames kind of like in a quick Odunze or Diggs this week.
I am Odunze. I'm kind of in on Odunze this week, and I love Diggs, and he's going to get us 8 targets for 5 receptions and 50 yards. That's going to happen. The thing is, like, they don't use him on the deep routes. With Booty out, that'll be Kyle Williams.
Wait, who do they not use?
Kayshon Boutte.
Or sorry, no, you said with him out. Who do they not use on?
Pop Douglas.
No.
Stephon Diggs.
Who?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Diggs. Stephon Diggs.
Diggs is the guy.
Diggs. 100%. I'm a great guy. I'm actually a great guy.
There's actually seems to be a few guys that don't think that.
Yeah, I had to troll you a little bit.
I know. I've played that clip one too many times. You've caught on. You're like, oh, Pop. You're trying to go down the list. Kyle Williams, Pop Douglas, Austin Hooper.
I had a good time with it. That's all I know.
I was like, say it, damn it.
Yeah, I could see you were getting a little frustrated, so I finally said it.
Since he's snake bitten, so true. Yo, FK, what's up, brother? GL, drafting with the fellas. FK is going to be in here. I'm assuming when we hop into some drafts soon. Yo, what's up, Rav80? How we doing, my friend? Okay, pretty standard league, full PPR. Dobbs, JMO, Myers, Franklin. So the wide receivers, we need some help. McCaffrey, I like it. White, Tracy, Monty, like it. Vidal, been good. Dobbins might be injured. Aaron Jones. Overall, I mean, I think, I just need some wide receiver help, but you've got some depth there. My only suggestion would be try to consolidate up a player or two if the trades are still active in your league and you can get something done. I think you've got just one or too many players at each position that you don't need because they're on your bench, and it's probably at running back. So try to upgrade a wide receiver there.
I mean, I think he's asking for starts, and number one, Dobbs is hurt, so JMO and Myers, so it's between JMO and Myers and Franklin.
I would go Franklin and JMO.
I go JMO Franklin, and then I definitely go obviously CMC.
Right.
Aaron Jones to me is one of the sleepers. Is one of the sleepers on the slate right now for the dog bowls and the BR stuff. I like him a lot. And then probably Rashad White, if Bucky does, like, I'm going to guess Bucky doesn't play.
Yeah,
they did say something about like
over Vidal though. It's not the best matchup, but it's fine. I mean,
you're probably right. It's probably Vidal.
You think Monty's just got a bad matchup?
Yeah. I'm kind of gonna fade the Lions this week. I'm gonna guess.
Okay.
Like other than JMO, like Dan Campbell is gonna call plays again, and Dan Campbell called plays to get JMO going last week. Gotcha. In my opinion, that's my opinion. It's not a fact, but you could look at the game and look at what happened and make your own assumption.
Okay, so the new trivia is what does Neil Orfield, myself, and Marvin Harrison Jr. have in common?
Okay.
And it honestly might be that we all can't catch slant routes because FK says that was one of my many things that went wrong for Marshawn Lloyd last season too.
Yeah, the appendectomy.
And it's just never ending, right? Marshawn Lloyd. Yeah. Never mention Marshawn Lloyd to me ever again. And too soon.
I will mention Marshawn Lloyd because you remember how he started to come back like 4 weeks ago and then got hurt again? He's on I only did 9 third quarter teams, and he's on my solo advancing one. So, like, what was I doing? He was healthy for 48 hours. Like, I drafted him in those 48 hours.
Yeah. Now, this is a good point from Two Mules. You know, it is important to have the best running backs, the best wide receivers, the best flex, positions. Sometimes it's better to get lucky at tight end and quarterback than to solidify, the top plays and things. It all comes down to the end of it. But like for drafters, this makes a ton of sense.
Well, yeah, like so even for last year, Lamar Jackson outscored every other fantasy quarterback by 50, right? And he was not on any of the top teams because the combination of Burrow Mayfield was cheap, and they ping ponged weeks like perfectly. So like. So, like most of the teams at the top had some combination of Joe Burrow and
Burrow, right?
And Mayfield. Lamar. Mayfield had a bunch of 30-point games last year too. So, yeah, like in the full point stuff, yes, that is correct. Most likely.
What's up, Splash Zone? Do I start Jacoby Brissett, Baker, or Purdy if he's healthy? I would just go Baker is the top dog, and then I would go Brissett, and I'm going to wait and see on Purdy.
Yeah, I agree.
Jimbo wants to know pick 2, JMO, Wandale, Keenan Allen, in full PPR. Thanks, dogs. Hoohames, who do you like out of those 3? Pick 2.
First 2, Keenan Allen's kind of been relegated.
That's tough.
Like if Gadsden doesn't play, if Gadsden misses, Keenan might be fine, but I think I still like the other 2.
Okay.
You got to play the guy with James Winston out there, right? Like, you just have to root for James Winston. Like,
I guess so.
It's American.
It's fun. It's fun too.
Yeah.
Who'd have thunk Harbaugh and OC would commit to the pass? Yeah, for sure. The quarterly contest. Yeah, I haven't really dabbled in the quarterlies, but I know Hoohames is enjoying it.
I'm really liking them. I've had limited success in them. Like, I did 49 of the first one. I got 2 to the finals. I did like 15 of the second one. I got 2 of them to the semifinals, and I only did 9 of the third one. I got 1 to the semis. So like I've been above expectation in all of them, and, which is way better than my best ball season. I just like due to injury stuff because you can plan through the injury stuff on these. You
Right.
get to react.
Yeah, that's part of the fun.
Yeah.
Matt says, even so, now that we're in the understanding with the recent news about the appendectomy, do we still roll with Brissett? I think so, because to me, Brissett has been averaging a bunch of passing yards. A lot of those have gone to Marvin Harrison, but a lot of them do go to McBride. And then the cherry on top is his rushing upside and his goal line usage. He can run the ball in the goal line pretty well. And we just saw Bam Knight get injured, might not play this week. Jim Mercado's been good, but I think Brissett still has that rushing upside. So I still go Brissett slightly over JCM.
Yes, me too.
Dak's playoffs are Minnesota, Los Angeles Chargers, and Washington. Herbert is KC, Dallas, Houston. So that's pretty tough for Herbert, except for the Dallas thrown in there, right?
Yeah, I do agree that could definitely lean to Dak, actually. Just because of Houston. I actually think Herbert plays Kansas City reasonably well. So
right.
I mean it's still a good defense. It's
a hard finishing stretch for against Houston. Yeah, Eagles is super sharp. He's always been a really, really nice guy in the fantasy community as well. Herbert O-line injured. Yeah, the Herbert O-line stuff's been tough. D. Smitty, how we doing, brother? Would you drop White, Hunt, or Pacheco? I would probably... Is Pacheco still hurt? So I'd probably drop Pacheco then. And he's been bad even when he's active. Hunt has been actually surprisingly good. And then White, as long as Bucky's out, is relevant. And even then, he still has like a flex appeal. So honestly, White and Hunt for me. Would you differ there, Hoohames?
Yeah, I would not drop White or Hunt right now. Pacheco, possibly.
They don't use Diggs, is what he said. Ooh, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
We got to play catch up. All right, we're going to power through these questions because that was like 10 minutes ago. But I appreciate you all for being here. Make sure you like the stream. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're subscribed to Hoohames' channel as well. Links in the description, of course. But you already know. You guys have been here. You guys are the regulars, the real ones holding it down. Appreciate you all. And let us know. Say what up in the chat and let us know if you have any questions for this week. We're about to start drafting, though. We're getting right into it. So let's power through these questions. Dak overall is pretty nice. I think so. Adrian says
fantasy dog.
I know. No idea where that came from, but love it. Traded Marks and Downs for AJ Brown. Now I have JSN, JJ Pickens, AJ QJ Ladd. Ooh, yeah. I would maybe try to pair one of those up, and because I hate to bench, one of those guys every single week. JSN, JJ Pickens, and then AJ Brown, QJ Ladd. Like, you might need to consolidate even further.
I am personally very out on AJ Brown.
Right, it's been tough.
I've been Devonta Smith. Like, even before the season started, I thought AJ Brown was overpriced. I thought Devonta Smith was underpriced. I didn't think that Devonta Smith was ahead of him at that point. Now I think it's obvious that he's just ahead of him.
I would say Adrian, because Hampton's still out, because Rachaad White could get relegated, but you do have Bucky. You're going to be rolling with Bucky, Brees, Kyron. You're solid. I mean, you might as well just try to get the best QB or tight end that you can get for one of these receivers, and that you're probably going to bench anyways, is all I would say. What's up, Frosty? How we doing? Yeah, and then a full PPR makes sense. Are we buying Derrick Henry? I think because of the schedule, he plays the am I wrong? He plays the Bengals twice going forward.
Yes, he does play the Bengals twice. He plays them in week 15, also week 1 of the fantasy playoffs. I'm curious on the Derrick Henry stuff. They ran Keaton. I mentioned this today.
Yeah,
they ran Keaton Mitchell several times on the same outside zone that like the stretch kind of plays that they run Derrick Henry on that he used to break all the time, and Mitchell was getting to the edge quicker and getting more yards on him. Like, it's like Henry might just not, like, their offensive line isn't as strong as it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they were playing around with it to see if Mitchell if they need to mix him in more. I do love his schedule. Derrick Henry's schedule is amazing the rest of the season. And that's just a slight worry. I think I'm still in on Henry for the rest of the season, though. But it is a slight worry.
Yeah. No, but Galaxy, your team's pretty sick, even without Henry. I mean, obviously you have JT, and you've got a lot of good depth here. So, like, if it's not broken, don't fix it. You might not need to make any big trades.
You
But
just picked up Harvey, like with more, like Harvey just got more work. So
yeah, exactly. Your team is getting better with age, and it's already good. So, like, I think you're in a great spot there.
Yeah.
Frosty says, start 8 PPR league. My QB is Nix or Dart. Obviously, Dart's going to miss time, at least this week. Got Brown, Mason, Hendo, Marks, Judkins. I like that. That's nice. It's good enough. It's not super elite, but it's working from a lot of depth. CD, London, Tez. This is good. Keenan, could have been better, but it's been bad lately. Ridley, yikes. Tight end, Kittle, good. Who should I package to upgrade at running back, wide receiver? I think you might consider trying to get a better wide receiver 3. It's start 8, so I'm assuming that means you only need to start 3 wide receivers.
I would probably try to package if there's a team that has one good running back, like a really good running back, if you could package like Judkins and Marks for one, or Judkins and Chase Brown to upgrade that all the way up to like a really good back, like
Josh Jacobs.
something like that. Jacobs would be about the right range.
Right.
Derrick Henry, like, although I'm a little worried, but I'd
probably want to keep Marks and Judkins over Derrick Henry straight up. I get what you're saying, because the ceiling of Henry is probably higher, but it's pretty close.
Judkins matchups aren't awesome right now.
Okay. That plays into it. There's only so many games left, so matchups matter a lot. Yeah, we all need Bucky back. My home league is dying without Bucky. Pickens, Marks, and Diggs. I like those. Yeah. To trade for Henry, that's. I think you could probably get Henry, unless the person is just so bought into the name brand. You could get Henry for like. I wouldn't give up Pickens. I would think to give up like Marks plus, and maybe Diggs is enough. Probably not though.
I think Pickens for Henry would be pretty even, but I don't know if I would want to do that.
Right.
Either.
That's kind of what Matt's saying. Like Pickens to trade for Henry. Your thoughts? And it's like, I think it's fair. I think I'd want to keep Pickens. Should I trade Parker Washington and Shakir for Justin Herbert?
If you need a quarterback.
Yeah, if you need QB, then that's totally fine. He does have a bye week left, Justin Herbert. So you are trading for a player who's going to miss some time.
Parker Washington has that same bye.
Hey, appreciate the kind words, Galaxy. Always good to see you, my friend. And thanks for the questions as always. And yeah, man, I always love checking back in with Galaxy Pickers. He's always putting out his new content as well. And it's some really cool stuff. So make sure you guys are subscribed to Galaxy Pickers as well. And you'd be surprised. At first, when I saw Galaxy Pickers, I was like, oh, is he picking like pick'ems? But no, go find out for yourself. This guy is a expert in his own realm. And it's not fantasy football, but I won't spoil it. But it's actually really interesting. It's kind of addicting, his content as well. Very cool stuff.
The logo makes a lot of sense.
The logo makes so much sense once you know. Once you know, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not really rocking any nice watches, but I got a little watch.
Yeah.
QB, the QB situation. Dak. Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, I agree with Matt there. Like, I think it's definitely Dak. Like, after looking at the playoff schedule, it's definitely Dak. Yeah.
Made Hoohames laugh. Yeah, it's always the little shock value there.
So with BTJ, I personally, I don't think you like. There's a chance he's just been hurt this whole time, a lot. Like, I
Yeah.
think his wrist has been way more hurt than
It's
they
not
ever let
his
on.
year. Let's come back to him next year,
Yeah.
right? I don't know.
I'll take 7th round BTJ again next year.
He might even be cheaper than that. He might be
8 or
going
9%.
8th, 9th round. Who knows?
I'm going to take Atfield on BTJ wherever he goes next year.
I'm going to take a
That's
quarterback.
my goal.
I'm going to take a quarterback before BTJ a decent amount of the time.
Yeah.
To have Jalen Hurts and Kelsey as well. I mean, man, you're Adrian. All I can say is come back after this season when you've won and support the channel, brother, because you're about to ship this league, and you got a sick team there. So yeah, you don't need any help. You need to tell us what to do. We need to figure out how to win. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you just don't want to roster 2 QBs. In my super flex leagues, I hardly ever roster 2 tight ends just because of you want depth at QB, you want depth at running back, of course.
In my I have a 16-man league that we
Ooh.
start kickers and defenses.
Ooh.
And I generally every year try to figure out a way to correlate my kicker and defense by week, and I just lose that week. And then I keep
Or
these
you get
rosters
lucky,
up.
right? And you win by like 1 or 2 points.
Well, it's also touchdown only. So like kickers are literally
it's that
like
league.
Yeah, the kickers are like the most points you get most week. So you usually just lose the week you have a kicker, but
Right.
the rest of my teams usually stay pretty strong. So yeah.
Stash Corum, Brian Robinson Jr. or Tootin. I would think Corum. But we've seen Brian Robinson Jr. getting the most touches he's ever gotten all season. So there's something there.
It's absolutely Corum. He gets every other drive on
it's
one
Corum
of the
right
best,
now, right?
On one of the best offenses in the league.
Perfectly
said.
Should
Have been Jarquez.
Should have been. I would be profiting much.
I would be in a better spot too.
Can't complain. It's an 18th round pick. Dart throws. Can't complain. But wish.
I mean, Corum was the same dart throw. I just refused to take him.
Hey, appreciate you, Galaxy. Okay, we've made it through.
Offered Mark and Diggs for Henry. I mean that. If Diggs is a bench player, then
like Pickens or Marks and Diggs for Henry. Thoughts? I think.
Yeah,
I would be surprised if the person who has Henry is so excited about Marks. But realistically, Marks and Diggs to me is a good trade if someone needs depth and not just Henry, because like Marks is going to get used more and more.
Marks is a player I kind of like this week.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Against Tennessee, of course.
Yes. He went at pick 34 in one of these that I have.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
Captain Clutch says, "Yo guys, asked this question yesterday, but struggling to flip Tedroy McMillan for someone. I've got Dart and Rodgers, so you need some QB help at least. Well, I think Rodgers can fill in. London, Rice, T-Mac, Washington, running backs Derrick Henry, McCaffrey, Benson, and then tight end Loveland. Any ideas? Currently 6'4", 12-man. So Hoohames, what do you think there? Flipping Tedroy McMillan, and what would you expect to get, and what do you really need on this team?
I mean, I think that if you're trying to flip somebody and you can't get it done, if you continue to take less and less, you're just losing. Mm-hmm. So if you've tried to flip him for a couple weeks, and I think you've talked about it last week at least, I think the week before even maybe as well, I wouldn't take a lot less, because what if they bench Bryce Young again and then Tet is fire or something? Like Tet is he's still a really good player. It's the Bryce Young's not good, right?
Mm-hmm.
So and you're going to feel really bad if you sell very low, and you don't have to start him where you're at, right? You have London, you have Rice, you have McCaffrey. Trey Benson's going to be fine. Parker Washington is a solid fill-in as well. For now, with the BTJ stuff going on. So I think you should be able to survive. And maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah. I also like the idea of moving Benson. I think for some reason the fantasy community values Benson more than I do. And we haven't seen anything from him this season. He's not healthy yet. So if you could move these two and try to upgrade for a better flex, whether it's a running back or a wide receiver, and it feels like you kind of would want to go wide receiver because your running backs with Henry McCaffrey are pretty solid. But then again, if you're moving Benson, what depth do you have there behind it? maybe you start and maybe your waiver wire is thin, or maybe there is someone out there like a Corum you might want to go for.
I mean, if I could move Tet for like Olave or
Ooh, I like that.
Jalen Waddle,
Yeah, of course.
both play,
Yes.
like maybe even Ricky Pearsall, who's supposed to play this week,
I wouldn't go that far.
like or Jawan Jennings, like
I wouldn't go that far.
I wouldn't go that far, but like if you really want to sell him and you want a guaranteed production guy, I think that Jawan Jennings is fine.
That's fair. That's very fair.
I don't see Carolina smashing teams the rest of the year. I don't think they're going to put up 30 points very often.
Before we get into drafting some teams, which we are going to do, and thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for the questions. Make sure you slap that like. Make sure you're subscribed. Come say what up in the chat. Hoohames, I want to play a little fun game for you. What I'll do is, and we're gonna roll through the main slate very quickly, and then we're gonna look at some of the teams you've drafted to get our bearings, and then we can draft some teams. I'm gonna give you a matchup, and we're gonna go through all the matchups just because it's just for fun, but obviously focusing on the main slate. But I'm gonna give you a matchup, and then I'm gonna throw it to you. The question is pass or play. So pass would be you don't want to draft players from this matchup. It's going to be defensive, low scoring, not ripe for fantasy, or maybe it's very one-sided. Play would be this is a target matchup where players from this matchup could be on a winning lineup or a winning roster, for this week. So that's, and if you have it like, pass or play, and then any small kind of reasoning to why you're thinking that is what I want to. So I'll host it, and then maybe I'll do some myself. But the first one obviously is a Thursday night matchup. The New York Jets at the New England Patriots. Do you view that as a pass or a play?
I mean, that's for the primetime slate, right?
Yeah, so, some people are starting guys like Henderson or something.
I mean, to be fair, this week I think that like most matchups are plays, and I think that this one has definitely plays in it as well. Drake May should have a very good game here, I think. And Travion Henderson, man, like he looked really solid last week. Ramondre is officially out again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that the success that the Jets had in stopping Judkins last year was anything to do with the Jets defense and more to do with the Browns offense. Okay. So I'm going to say play, and it's all of New England's offense, basically.
I love it. Now we've got another primetime game. It is the Washington Commanders at the Miami Dolphins in Madrid, Spain.
I'm playing the only two Miami Dolphins that matter.
H.N. Waddle.
Washington's defense is horrific. They can't do anything on offense right now. I probably sit all of Washington.
Are you afraid of Debo this week? Like you're trying to not play him?
I'm not going out of my way to play him.
Okay.
Like if I got to start him, I start him. Like I'm not gonna like delve down the waiver wire to try to find somebody to not play him.
That makes sense. Let's get right into the main slate. The first matchup, the Carolina Panthers in a divisional game at Atlanta Falcons. It's a 42.5, Atlanta minus 3.5. How do you view this one?
I'm going I'll just tell you my favorite play based on ADPs is for each game. Does that sound good?
Yeah, it's perfect.
I like the Rico Dowdle play right now. Because Atlanta is, let me look for sure. I think they're fourth worst versus running backs. Yeah, they're averaging 24.2 points a game versus opposing backfields. I don't know how to find the schedule adjusted stuff. If Orfield could let me know sometime, like I have the fantasy points data. That's where I look up things. I just don't know where the schedule adjusted stuff is. I know that you had it elsewhere. I was hoping I could find it on this. But Rico Dowdle versus the Falcons feels like an absolute smash spot.
Yes, I'm in. Yeah. I'm gonna take this one. So this is Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Buffalo Bills. It is a 48.5 over under. Buffalo's favored by 5.5, which I think is right, but I think it could be a fun shootout. The thing I'll say is we already know this. Buffalo is a run funnel. They're pretty hard to pass up against, pass against. We've been talking about it all season. This is gonna be an exciting game though, and I think it's a fun one for this week. One of the kind of premier main slate matchups. The problem is, the problem is, like I just said, the Buffalo defense is strong against the pass, but you got Baker Mayfield. The guy can get it done. You just want a piece of him, whether it's Cade Otton or Tez Johnson. Obviously, Emeka Egbuka, but it's a tough spot for those pass catchers. And then on the Buffalo side, I'm a little bit more excited about. I think, it's kind of James Cook. So, any other thoughts on that matchup?
When Tampa Bay is really good at the interior run defense, but they're not good on the outside run defense. And when they give up plays against the run, they're always gigantic plays, and that is James Cook's wheelhouse. I like that call.
I certainly hope Shedeur gets to start multiple games this season. I feel like the coaches are just like Stefanski. They're just like, we're rolling with Gabriel. Like, it's just Gabriel here on out. But
Stefanski is going to get fired, and the next game Shedeur is going to start.
But wasn't Stefanski previously the NFL Coach of the Year?
Yeah.
Then how can he get fired? I feel like it's crazy.
I mean, didn't Dable get Coach of the Year?
Did he? He might have got. Was it?
They made the playoffs his first year. I think he like.
Was
I know
that
he
his
was in
Coach of the year. It might have been.
I think he was Coach of the Year that year. And
Go AZ Cards with the intel, giving us some of this. Yeah. He's spying on some of the other DBQ drafters. Love it. Thanks for the insights there. Yeah, sounds like a smart guy. Yeah, I remember last week we saw Nez taking CM, or was it last week or 2 weeks ago? CMC. It was 2 weeks ago. CMC at the 101.
Yeah, that when he had 30 points.
Yeah, pretty savvy guy. Okay, yeah. I'll cover this one as well. Houston at Tennessee Titans. Give me Woody Marks. Give me Nico Collins. And do not start any Titans. Although Tajay Spears is intriguing, it's not a good matchup.
All right, so Minnesota and Chicago. I like an opposing game script here. I really like Aaron Jones and Roma Dunze as the bring back.
I love that.
Like I think it's a very clean thing. I'm not gonna have like overexposure to it, but Aaron Jones is pretty cheap in this week. He has looked way, way better now that he's fully healthy and fresh. We'll see how long that lasts. Chicago is horrible against the run as well. They're actually better than the Falcons. They're actually 12
This is wide receivers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Minnesota is like, they're not elite. They're not bad against wide receivers, but they're not great. So like, and you can get behind them. And they play the blitz package stuff where Roma Dunze can definitely find a spot to get open, and he's really good after the catch. So I think it's a very clean matchup there.
The only other piece I'm curious about is like Jordan Addison. I think that could be a fun piece, but
I mean Swift is actually a fine piece too. Like he got like I think I like the other side of it a little more, but Swift did get. Like he did get more carries. It was a split backfield a little bit, but not as much as people are making it out to be.
Yo, Chris B. What's up, my man? Always good to see you. Hope you're having a great week. It's been a tough season for the Jets, but hey, the future's looking bright. So we're looking towards what those potential first-round picks, those first-round picks could potentially be, I should say. And thank you so much for the kind words. As always great to see you, my friend. And thanks for being here. We're cutting through. We're talking through the week 11 matchups right now. And then we're going to draft some Dog Bowl qualifiers. So stay tuned, get ready. Make sure you like this stream, and we're going to keep going to it. So Green Bay at New York Giants. Obviously the Winston effect is great for fantasy. So Wandale, Slayton, Theo Johnson, are those viable? And it's Green Bay's tough. It's going to be a tough team to run against for the Giants. So definitely avoid those running backs on the Giants. For the Green Bay, I think you could start Josh Jacobs. Otherwise, I don't know who you're getting excited about. Christian Watson, maybe?
Giants are second worst against the running backs.
Yeah, it's definitely
Green Bay only wants to run the ball. I think it's pretty simple. They're gonna it's going to be Josh Jacobs. Probably like I want it to be Darius Slayton and Jameis Winston because that would be absolutely the most fun that we could have. But Matt LaFleur is going to run the clock out as slow as possible, running Josh Jacobs a bunch because they're not going to be able to stop him.
Question for you: is Josh Jacobs a top 5, top 10 play this week? What is he?
I like him at 2 or 3. Like I would take him all the way up to 2.
Top 5 play. Love it. I'm all aboard. I think the
like
ceiling is there.
His ADP is like 4 right now. It's
okay. That's
so,
good to know.
He goes at 6 sometimes and he goes at 4 sometimes. Like Chad Candles is in on him at like 3.
Sure.
I like him at 3 as well. I just have a different order. And this game is part of that order. I like Jamar Chase is going at he's going later right now. He's going at like 5, 6, 7, sometimes even. I like him as my 101. I like him as my 101. Maybe not for Dog Bowl because
I don't mind that at all.
Like I like this matchup.
It.
I like this matchup a lot. Now I don't want 0 CMC. And the way I'm going to play it is I'm going to get to like 23, 24% Chase.
Okay.
And try to force myself to I'm going to make sure I get 10% CMC and then stop myself from getting more than like 25% Chase.
I like that.
I like the matchup.
And then we were talking about this earlier. Freiermuth is viable.
Yeah.
Do you like any other Pittsburgh pieces?
Jalen Warren is an absolute smash.
No doubt.
He in this Dog Bowl or in this one that I have up, Jalen Warren went all the way at pick 8.
Mm-hmm.
And and in the 6-man right now, he's going in the 3rd round. I did a couple of the 6-mans today just because I noticed that it is completely off. And Jalen Warren is an absolute smash.
For sure.
Yeah.
Los Angeles Chargers against Jacksonville Jaguars. I think it's Ladd. I think it's Vidal. I think is fine, but he's not as exciting as he has once been. On the Jacksonville side, I'm not that excited about ETN, and Parker Washington I'm sure is 100% drafted, so I think I'm going to start to fade that.
Yeah, I'm not interested in any Jacksonville piece until Brenton Strange is back.
I agree. And I'm not crazy about Strange either, but give me your thoughts on Seattle at Los Angeles Rams. This seems like a fun. It's both good defenses, but ripe for fantasy points, and it could be concentrated around a few players. And it's there's a lot of good options on both sides.
But I'm having a hard time getting to this game.
Really?
Well, it's like JSN goes before Jamar Chase. He goes before Bijan. He goes before Josh Jacobs.
Mm-hmm.
And Puka actually goes ahead of them in the Dog Bowl, and then JSN goes ahead of them in their ADPs are flipped. But one of them is going ahead of Josh Jacobs in each format, and I like Josh Jacobs a lot. So I'm having a hard time getting there.
Okay.
Because of that. It's not that I think that this game is going to fail, because we know that great offense beats great defense.
Yes. We have 2 humming offenses right now, right?
Like Matt Stafford, 3 games in a row, 4+ touchdowns.
Yeah,
Sam Darnold didn't even have to throw the ball last week. We drafted a quarterback. You wanted the Seattle Arizona game. What you didn't expect is for them to have 2 fumble recovery. You didn't expect 35-0 in the middle of the second.
Wild.
The game didn't even that game didn't even exist. Other than Trey McBride being relevant. In the fantasy landscape, at all. And then JSN absolutely cooked at the beginning of the game, but they didn't have to use him ever again.
You know what game was for me just so fun? It was the week 10 Sunday morning game, the overtime win from the Colts and the Falcons.
Yeah.
I woke up, I was slept in on Sunday, and I was with my family, and we were kind of just doing stuff with the game on, and then We went for a swim. We were out, enjoying Sunday morning, relaxing. And then I came back and I was falling into my phone a little bit, but then kind of came back and I want to say it was most of the second half and all of the overtime before I got busy again, right before actually the main slate kicked off. But that was such a fun game. That Jonathan Taylor explosion. I feel like I still haven't talked about it enough, but just an insane performance, the best fantasy performance we've seen all year. And I don't know what reminded me of that between the Seattle Seahawks and Los Angeles Los Angeles Rams.
Yeah.
But like, man, that was all of a sudden I'm just like,
It sure wasn't Kenneth Walker usage.
no, Ken Walker is
Sure wasn't that.
No, not Ken Walker. San Francisco 49ers. So this is the NFC West in a nutshell. San Francisco 49ers at the Arizona Cardinals. I like DeMercado a lot this week. I think that obviously he's 100% drafted, but I think that's kind of a fun play. Otherwise, for the Cardinals, it's McBride. We just found out Marvin Harrison Jr. might not be playing. And Brissett, I think, can be viable. I'd be stacking Brissett with McBride and then hoping that McBride destroys with like 2 touchdowns and completely separates from the tight end position. And then otherwise, Brissett also maybe rushes for a touchdown is how he might get there. For San Francisco, it's McCaffrey and Kittle. And then, who is there anything else I'm forgetting?
I mean, Jawan Jennings is a fine play.
Jawan Jennings is fine.
As I scroll, he's fine. Like if Ricky Pearsall's back and playing and he's supposed to be, he's fine. If Purdy comes back, I don't know. Like I'm curious how Purdy plays. Like that's the scary part about that.
I'm skeptical, right? I want to see it.
Too.
What are your thoughts on Baltimore at Cleveland Browns?
I'm kind of just staying away from this game.
This is a pass, right?
Like I think Zay Flowers is fine and Lamar is fine, but Lamar's not historically done good against Cleveland, and they absolutely destroyed Derrick Henry in the last matchup. So I'm kind of a stay away here for the most part.
What about Kansas City at Denver?
With Patrick Surtain out, like number one, Rashee Rice was never going to go against Surtain anyway because he doesn't cover the slot, but Rashee Rice is a very good play. I don't know about Kelsey. I've had a hard time getting to Kelsey most weeks. I think that it could be a naked Mahomes week. It could be a Rashee Rice week. And on the Denver side, I'm having a hard time getting into any of it because Bo Nix has not been like he's been so sporadic.
Sure.
And our secondary is actually pretty good. I think if anything happens here, it's RJ Harvey on the outside getting going.
Ooh.
And I'm not saying that because I was an RJ Harvey bull or anything. I'm saying that because it makes sense. But if Bo Nix doesn't play better in the first quarter than he has over the last 4 weeks, this game might be very, very ugly. It's Andy Reid coming off of a bye. Every week, Rashee Rice has been back. They've absolutely force-fed him, made sure the NFL knows that he is.
What's the Rice ADP this week?
It's like 12.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that's probably kind of cheap,
like,
right?
I think it's like I don't know. Like James, he goes around James Cook. James Cook goes like 12. So and that's not for the 12 mans for the 6 mans. That's where he's at.
Okay.
So like in this 12 man, Rashee Rice is at 14 and James Cook went at 16.
Okay.
So like I think I want James Cook over Rice this week.
I like them both, but I
like both of them.
They have a very similar value, so I'd grab both of them at those prices. That's the last matchup in the main slate. Then we also have the Sunday night game, Detroit at Philadelphia Eagles. This to me looks like a tough spot for the Lions, although they're a prolific scoring offense. It's the Eagles defense, of course, and
it's classic Jared Goff outside versus a good defense.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Needless to say, Jared Goff outside, prime time, good defense.
Haven't looked at the weather yet. I'm gonna
There's
assume
not
it's
too
cold.
many players you like. If you have players, and I think is Laporta officially out, or is he just dealing with something?
I've not seen that he's out. Or
Okay,
playing
okay. I thought
or
he's just
anything.
dealing with something. You really can't. You're not. It's like you're probably not going to be sitting any of these players. Like, what are you going to do? You're not going to be. Maybe you have enough depth to sit JMO or Montgomery or Laporta. Probably not. Maybe. I mean, it's possible for sure. On the Philly side, you could be benching AJ Brown potentially, but I think you're mostly just kind of starting these guys, and then of course we've got the Monday night matchup: Dallas at Las Vegas. These Las Vegas players are highly playable, flexible. Whether it's Genty, Trey Tucker, I like Bowers. Needless to say, Bowers on the Dallas side, same thing. Like, who are you going to bench on the Dallas side?
Start everyone.
It's
Like
start everyone.
if you have these players, I have my third quarter team that I got through is pretty ugly, but it's got Geno Smith, Trey Tucker, Jack Besh, and I feel alive. I feel like Geno Smith could just be the number one scoring quarterback this week. Like just not because he's good, but because he plays Dallas.
Ooh.
And when he cooks, he cooks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Chris B with a spicy Ertz matchup and stat here, a 24% target share over the past 5 weeks. I love this. We were talking a little bit about Ertz earlier, and we were somewhat skeptical about the Mariota connection and wanting to be a piece of the Commanders. But I think he is definitely a streamable tight end this week, like you're saying, Chris. The other tight end we brought up that is in a complete smash spot, who's widely available and easily streamable, is going to be none other than Pat Freiermuth for the Pittsburgh Steelers, going up against the Cincinnati Bengals, who are just giving up, twice as many fantasy points as the next guy.
And I mean,
tight ends.
If Gadsden plays, it's so good.
Yeah. Gadsden's incredible. But look, there he is, number 3, Zach Ertz against the Dolphins. Yeah. So, whether you want to stream a tight end with Ertz or Freiermuth this week, you have 2 great options. So appreciate that insight there, Chris B. And I think you're on target there with kind of where you're looking. That is an early game in Madrid, Spain. So it won't be in the main slate, but that is one that is possible for you guys to stream for your managed leagues. Hoohames, let's pull up your board.
Are you happy it's the last week of games overseas? Because I am.
Like I said, I really liked the Berlin game and having the ability to watch that game early in the morning, and it went to overtime. And it was fun. They had an interesting halftime show. I remember it was the Kid Leroy came on, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that guy existed, but it was kind of just catchy.
Just to preface this, I was doing something else and forgot I took Nico, so I took Dalton Schultz. So I just built that out. So I screwed this one up.
Nate Yanos said Rashad White, Breece Hall. It's got to be Breece Hall, right?
Yeah.
We're back in on Breece.
So yeah, this is a 12-man the Squib Kick. What's up, best ball guy? How we doing?
Hey, there's a familiar name.
Yeah,
ABG.
so this is kind of how the Dog Bowl is. Like, this is the same ADP structure the Dog Bowl is. Now, this isn't Jaylen Warren doesn't always go here. Like, people have been pulling Jaylen Warren up, like Dave from ATR. I seen that he was pulling him up over here at the end. So it doesn't surprise me. The matchup is awesome. So we can kind of look through.
Sure.
Anything you see that like kind of sticks out. Like, could you read it from this very well or not?
I am just familiar enough, like with the players. It's smaller on my screen because I'm doing multiple things, but like I think this is a good size. No, this is great.
All right, so I like the Aaron Jones spot. I like the Chase Brown spot a lot. Like as you see, obviously I like the Aaron Jones. I took the Aaron Jones. I took the swing on Bucky Irving. It's probably a miss. He probably doesn't play this week, but if he does play, I got him at 53 or whatever. Like, yeah, and since he was I already had the 2 wide receivers and the running back, I can fill it in with a flex. So that's why I did that. Derrick Henry goes all the way down here. People are scared about that matchup. Trey McBride is easily the tight end one this week. I'm willing to take him pretty high. I that's about where I think you could take him, but it is a structure thing as well. Like, do you like the guys behind him? I think there's plenty of wide receivers this week. Like Troy Franklin, like is this so
Yes,
Candles was
I would agree. And
like Xavier
Dennis
Worthy in
Johnson
this
goes in the
round.
second to last round. Like, yeah, this is fine.
Darius Slayton didn't go with Jameis now. Like, there are plenty of wide receivers this week. Now, I like the Jamar Chase matchup, as I was saying, and I think Nico Collins is very I like Nico ahead of Devontae Adams this week. I think Nico should be closer to where Rice and Igbuka are, but I do think James Cook should be up there as well. I think I kind of like Jefferson down the board a little bit more. I like pushing up Nico and James Cook and bringing down Jefferson and Adams quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you agree with that or not. And then
no, I think I'm following. Yeah, like I think it makes sense.
And Judkins versus the Ravens, I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. I do think I like Chase Brown more than that. I think
you're kind of cool with waiting for like the Aaron Jones range or the Woody Marks range, just as much as going to the Judkins in a second, right?
I think I kind of like doing like a RB early, or like if you can get CMC or Josh Jacobs or Bijan, whatever.
If you
want to do
obviously RB early to me on this one, like I can already see it, like the way that it thins out. And then how flat the tier is from like Judkins to Harvey to Swift.
Right. And that's why I think like Nez took Dowdle for. Like why this guy took Jalen Warren here. Like, right. Like, so we'll go to another board here and see how much different it is. Like
I can hear you. I'm going to stand up for a sec. I'll be back in 1 second, but I can hear you.
Yeah. So in this one, Jalen Warren also goes at pick 10. It's CMC, Bijan, Puka, Jamar. Somebody in the 4 hole took Jamar. It was me. Shocker. I took Jamar again. And then I took Judkins because I didn't want to get forced into taking the Aaron Jones. And I actually wanted to build out the Pittsburgh game. And as you see, Aaron Rodgers got sniped on me right here. I got the DK back. Aaron Rodgers goes unstacked to the guy right before me. RIP me. But I just pivoted, took a third wide receiver in Jennings, and then took Brock Purdy at the end. I can always change that up if I need to. Running back, as Cooler says, drops off so fast. I totally get it in 12 man. It's like, I think, like, I actually prefer Jacobs above Chase, but this was the first one I done, I think. Or no, this was the second one I done. And I'm going to do a lot of this. Like, I'm going to do like 15 to 20 of the squib kicks just to kind of get more used to the 12 mans, but basically for next year. But I don't know that I love this. Like, I'm kind of experimenting with things. I do think that taking the Jacobs there would have been better, or Dowdle or Cook, because if you read off the top 12 running backs, CMC, Bijan, Jacobs, Dowdle, Cook, Warren, Kyron, Chase Brown, Henry, Judkins, Swift, Vidal, Woody Marks. Like, that's how many are drafted in every draft in the other format. So you have ETN, Aaron Jones, Harvey, and White. And that's like it. So there's like there's 4 more than what you need for a 12-man, like for the whole 6-man pod and the 12-man. So you got 16, like, as I view, viable running backs. I don't hate the DeMarcado at the end. I know you kind of already mentioned that.
I would take DeMarcado over ETN.
I don't know about that, but
I think I would.
I mean, I think you would too.
I'm so out on ETN, apparently. I'm just like the biggest hater of them all, but
Well, I'm out on ETN for the most part, but I don't think that it's a horrific. Let's look. Where is so the Chargers are 27th. They're 7th best against running backs, so that does make sense as well. But anything in this pod that you see that sticks out, like so McMillan goes over here. Nico once again falls off. Like I think Nico is mispriced. I said that before. I don't really like Lamar's price either.
I think once it gets past like the Dowdle line, I think I really prefer these wide receivers, but then I quickly realized that you can wait on wide receiver 2 or 3, and you can wait on running back 2. Maybe snatch up a guy like Marks and call your shot on like him or Harvey or Aaron Jones. But I bet in some drafts those guys kind of fall a little bit. I love the DeMarcado late. I think this is the kind of week where you want to get tight end or QB before everyone else.
Like I don't hate the McBride pulling up. I think like you look at this team here: McBride, Chase Brown, Woody Marks, Stafford. I wouldn't have went Stafford myself, but Tez and Troy Franklin. Like if you just replace Stafford with any quarterback in that last round, and you get like Jawan Jennings there, right? Like that feels really good. Like Jawan Jennings, Tez, Brock Purdy with this team, like that feels awesome to me.
Or even like Addison, I think is
Yeah,
fine
like
in
Addison
my opinion, like
or
very similar tier.
Yeah, Watson, like even Shakir. Like I just think like you replace the Stafford with the quarterback down there. I think that feels pretty solid there. And I do think that there's kind of a cliff there at Rashad White. Like I do think Kareem Hunt's very draftable though. And then this is the third pot I have. And as you see, I changed my theory. I didn't take Chase. I took Jacobs here, and I love this team. I really like this team. Got Josh Jacobs, got Chase Brown. I doubled up, took Jennings because Metcalf or Higgins because Metcalf went. I took Flacco. I think that game's going to score 70 points. And then I wanted Freiermuth, but Freiermuth his ADP was 71.9. He hadn't been drafted very often, but this person obviously knows that Cincinnati can't stop any tight ends. That was the goal. That failed, but I just took Hawkinson. Whatever, it's all good. Like I said, I'm basically experimenting with these. They're $3 drafts. It's all good. It gives us an idea of what's going on. Rice goes between this pick and his next pick every draft. He's like almost always over here. So I'm not going to suggest to do this per se, but like in a dog bowl style thing, if the running backs you like go off and you want to pull Rice all the way up to this side of the board to get a little different, like that is something you could do. I'm not going to do it. I do think that like if I was to do like 40 dog bowls, I think that's what I'd want to do.
I see.
I think I'd want
just
to
you have a
like,
different flavor of a Rice team because you think that right side of the board is so
or an Egbuka or a London. Because I think if you could flip him all the way over here and you get a couple, like you're not going to see Rice with DK Metcalf ever, or Rice with Adunze or her. Like you're not going to have like a Rice McConkey Herbert team, right? Like you will be the only one. Like that is something I think you could do this week if you're willing to give up the one like good running. I don't want to give up the like McCaffrey, Bijan, Jacobs, probably even Dowdle, or like, and it's hard to not want Chase, JSN, and Puka. Like there's a chance Rice outscores them. I don't think it's like, I don't think it's 25%. I think that he is like a 20%, and then they all have like a 30% chance to be number one or something, right? Like it's not; those aren't the correct numbers, but to be the highest scoring of those four, right?
No, I do like that idea too, just to get different on the players who are like, top plays.
Like, and this isn't something we're going to do because we only do a couple, right?
Yeah, not necessarily.
Yeah, so
not necessarily.
Waiting on 5, you say?
Yeah, waiting on 5 now. Waiting on 4. because I know FK jumped in as soon as he had the chance to
Yeah.
get in on it. But no, we'll see. We're waiting on 4 for this dog bowl qualifier. So let's just kind of keep, thinking through some of these options here.
I think that at Higgins is a gigantic drop off at wide receiver, and I feel this way for the weeklies as well. So like you got,
I would agree.
like you got Higgins, Roma Dunze, Metcalf, Ladd, all kind of go over here. Around the same places where Vidal, Harvey, Etienne, Aaron Jones, Woody Marks kind of go. So like, I think there's a big drop off when it gets to round 4. Like I do. So
that makes sense. It makes me want to go wide receiver in round 2 and or 3, if not tight end or QB.
I do think that with the way that this week is set up, though, there's a decent chance that you want to go like CMC, Bijan, Jacob. Like if you get an early pick, to only go
and then
the
double
one
tap wide receiver.
To double tap wide receiver, then go like tight end, quarterback, and then take the flyer wide receiver at the end, because the wide receiver depth is very, very heavy. And I mean, we could push to see if we get DeMarcado, who you really like. I don't think the DeMarcado pick is a bad pick this week. I'm
100. I had to start him in my home league. He had 100 total yards. He did it splitting carries with Bam Knight, who's now highly questionable for the week, and he's consolidating their backfield. I don't even like the Cardinals.
Yeah, well, you liked them last week because you forced us to take MHJ. You didn't force us to. We agreed on it, but yeah, yeah, no, like, but like I said, that game, it didn't matter. Like that game was so out of control that the script never, like, we never found out if the MHJ pick was going to be good or not. It wasn't that week because wild things happened in that game, right? And it wasn't a real game. But yeah, like if you could get Aaron Jones to fall all the way back, or Woody Marks down here, like I kind of like the two. Like if you have London, James Cook, and Woody Marks falls back, that feels really good, right? Or the Swift. Like this team feels awesome to me. London, Igbuka, Mark, Swift. Like you got Swift back here, like that.
I kind of like Swift. I really like that. Actually,
yeah,
it's very strong.
Like I feel like that is what, if you go double wide receiver, that's what you want. Like
with the Rodgers Freiermuth too. That is interesting.
That's the guy who sniped me on my Muth. Which he did it in a smart way. I wasn't upset because he did something that makes total sense.
What do you think this week about generally players who are going less, like only getting drafted like 30% of the time, or maybe obviously less than half the time? Are there any clear?
I mean, Freiermuth's one of those.
Sure, that's a great one. You know, in the tight end spot.
Let's look at my other two. So let's see.
I always think,
because he didn't go in this one.
If only 12 to at most 14 tight ends are drafted, sometimes there's, like
he didn't go in this one either. Right? So, and like the only one I was like targeting him in is the one that the guy did. It's kind of funny.
So if given that minimum 12, but maximum, let's say 14 tight ends get drafted any given draft, we know the pool of main slate, tight ends, just if I count up the matchups and do quick math there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22 tight ends. So the pool is essentially 8 to 10 undrafted tight ends. The odds that a tight end who could be the top scorer or could be close enough to the top scorer that it doesn't really, like, the top scorer doesn't separate enough, is going undrafted in half or more or almost all of these drafts. Like, it's very likely. So I think Freiermuth is obviously a candidate for that.
Yeah.
Are there any other obvious candidates, and especially at tight end, where
we could bring it up. You could go to the screen, your draft screen, and we could look it up on the rankings.
Yeah, let's do that
right now.
Let me pull it up.
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm kind of curious about from a limited drafting perspective. It's like, if you're only drafting a few teams, should you take one of the tight ends that everyone else is taking?
I mean,
Outside of McBride, or should you really scroll and try to be in the
I think it's all a feel thing. Like what, and like it is a cleaner path, but it's a lower chance to win. But you're still trying to take $25 to turn it into 10K, right?
True.
So, like, so the way I view this week, Trey McBride is absolutely unequivocally like way ahead of everybody else, like insanely ahead. And then you go back up to the top, go back up.
Sure. Yeah, sorry.
Like you got Kittle. Like I don't know. Like with all the pieces back, I don't know what to think about that. Kelsey versus Denver's defense, I don't know what to think about that. Gadsden may not be healthy. If Gadsden was healthy, I think he'd just be tied at 2.
I'm pretty in on that, I think, as well.
Like,
I'm surprised Kate Otten's so high up to some degree,
like,
but
Otten to me is the clear. Like him and Schultz are like I like the rankings on them. Like I like those rankings.
Yeah, and I'm just surprised that it's come to that because him and Schultz have really come on lately, but they were so cheap for so long.
Yeah, and then like as you were saying, you scroll down, like everything else is kind of ugly. Like I don't hate Kyle Pitts, but I don't like Michael Penix.
Mark Andrews is tight end 9. So then if we put him there, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Kincaid's probably
it's like
not playing.
Kincaid, and is Kincaid even playing? Are we sure yet?
We're not positive, but Liam seemed to act like he didn't think he would. And
okay,
so assume Liam knows Buffalo stuff.
So of tight ends who get drafted less, than half, who are the scroll downs at tight end in short?
I mean, AJ Barner gets more goal line carries than Kenneth Walker, so there's that.
Yeah, I mean AJ Barner, I think is still very viable. It's been a while that
like
the touchdowns he had that run, but the reception touchdowns have been missing.
Like I do think that this could easily be a payout for McBride week, especially in Dog Bowl. Like I think the one scroll is Pat Freiermuth. Kansas City, I don't think is actually that good against tight ends. I know their stats say they are, but it's mostly because they haven't given up touchdowns. They've given up a bunch of yards, but not touchdowns.
You know what I will say? I think David Njoku, kind of an interesting scroll down as well.
I don't hate it. Like I said, I don't hate it, but I also I worry because they took the play calling away from Stefanski, and the next game, the new play caller hyper targeted the wide receivers. But now Fan has still got a decent amount, and Njoku got the opening drive touchdown, I believe. But
yeah, I think my scroll down, I've run through the list, and without getting too galaxy brain about it, it's like Njoku, Barner, and obviously Freiermuth being far and away the most interesting.
His ADP went way up. It was 71.9 when I did one earlier today. So
now it's 7. It's still 70.
Yeah.
So
there's probably only been 20 drafts done since then, and this ADP doesn't update instantly.
Sure.
So I bet he goes almost every draft right now. I mean, he should go in most drafts.
Yo, what up, Frizzle? How we doing, my man? Good to see you.
I mean,
you're having a great start to your week.
And if you want to play that angle, you could just do the opposite and take Jonnu as well.
I just haven't. I feel like I haven't seen it there. I feel like it is more likely that it's Freiermuth, but you're right. There is a certain Jonnu situation.
I mean, that's probably what I should have done instead of taking Hawkinson. I probably should, or who was it I took? Yeah, it was Hawkinson. Instead of taking Hawkinson there, I probably should have just flipped over to Jonnu and built out that same game stack. I probably messed that up. That's probably what I should have done.
Frizz says, should we go with Parker Washington, Christian Watson, Tajay Spears? Not against the Texans, but he does get some passing game work. Kyle Monengai in a flex this week, half PPR. I mean, just flipping back, I don't like the matchup against the Texans. I think the matchup with Monengai against Vikings is fine. I'm out on the Jaguars pieces. I don't want to chase that with Parker Washington. I do kind of like Christian Watson.
Golden coming back off of injury, but that's coming back off injury. Dobbs probably not playing. Tucker Kraft is out. They're going to score more points this week. I think that Watson is kind of the play.
I think I would probably rank it Watson and then Monengai. And then I'm not sure about Spears versus Parker. I think Parker has obviously been good, but is kind of ripe for a letdown.
What do you think about the Bears and Vikings playing in the Dome? Like I actually think that this could be a really fun.
This could be a fun one.
I think it could. I think it's a game that nobody's really talking about, but it could be a really fun game.
Imagine this Parker Washington stat line where he doesn't catch a touchdown and he doesn't have the punt return touchdown. If I'm not mistaken, it was a punt return, right? That's what it ended up. That's what it was.
No, he had 2 touchdowns. The punt return doesn't count because it only counts. He got a receiving. It was a beautiful toe tap at the back of the end zone.
Well, no, he gets the 6 points for the.
No,
he doesn't. Then how does he get to 16 here?
Maybe he does.
No, yeah, because he got 12 from the 2 touchdowns, and then he got 6.
Yeah, he had to have. I thought if you look at the
or not 6, he had 4 from the reception.
Yeah, I thought if you look at the scoring settings, that it says only receiving and rushing touchdowns.
No,
because
the only way it adds up. The only way it adds up is it has.
Yeah, that's right. Because that was the argument with Travis Hunter, defensive touchdowns.
Yeah, it's total touchdowns for sure.
Yeah.
Besides the point, I mean, he's had good weeks, but I think it's a little bit inflated right now. And I've been a Parker Washington dynasty owner for what is this, year 3? And as soon as you're ready to start him, he will burn you.
He's done it a couple times already this year.
Yep.
Yeah. So, waiting on one. Like,
no one.
So the quarter, I don't like. Are you in on Josh Allen versus the Bucks? Like,
I don't think you have to have Josh Allen right now. We haven't had a game this season where you're like, at least in the recent games where it's like you had to have Josh Allen, so you're paying a lot to get him.
Week 1, he had 36 points.
Yeah,
and no other quarterback had like over 28.
That's right.
Needed them. But he was also in the Sunday night game that week. So it didn't matter on Underdog. It mattered on Drafters. And like, I don't think any of the quarterbacks stand out this week. Like,
Stafford is just still
it's 25 points every week.
Mm-hmm.
Like, go look at Joe Flacco.
True.
Like,
Flacco's right there.
Like, he goes that late. Like, Aaron Rodgers gets the Bengals. Like, he's all the way down there. He had 24 points versus Cincinnati the last time.
Right. I like this. I like these plays. And then Brissett, look at the model of consistency.
Yeah.
And he really hasn't been getting it done with his legs so much. It is it's a half touchdown here.
I will say this slate doesn't have the other running quarterbacks. Drake May is not on the slate. Jackson Dart's not on the slate. You have Daniel Jones, who's could be considered running. Like, Bo Nix is on the slate, but he gets Kansas City's defense.
Well, people are so out on Bo Nix.
Yeah, I like
this could be a Darnold slate as well. I know it's a really tough matchup, but like if you had JSN or,
I don't think the matchup matters right now with Darnold and the way that Clint Kubiak's calling that offense. And same with Stafford. I think that they're just on fire. So B growing stuff with a good question there. Would you pick up Darius Slayton or Michael Wilson? I was talking about Michael Wilson for the fourth quarter today. I'm like if you watch me during the off season or before the season, I was very, very, very negative towards Michael Wilson. Like, and with the way that the season's breaking, and with Cincinnati being horrific against the pass or against everything, but actually being able to stop the number one wide receivers, and now that Zay Jones is out with a torn Achilles, and Michael Wilson has to be the wide receiver too. I think Michael Wilson could be in play for the finals. Like, I think that he is a player that could absolutely look at that. Coolers, go Cards. Is that no Gunner and us?
We've got Coolers, Gunner. We have the 3. We've got Patrick Barnes in the 6, player Q in the 8, aka Neil Orfield, Magikarp, and then a few other names I think are somewhat familiar with, but those are the guys we know.
Yeah, I think we're pretty lockstep in what we want here. We want CMC, Jacobs, or Bijan, right?
Oh yeah.
What if we have the choice between Bijan and Jacobs? Who do you like? Because
I think
I like Jacobs, but I'm fine with either. I
think I would think it's really matchup dependent, and what we were saying about the reason for Jacobs was the best matchup. So I think a slight lean to Jacobs, but obviously it's Bijan, right? We have the choice.
I mean, Jacobs has the higher team total too, or the game total.
It's the matchup we want. And are we crazy? No, it's.
I personally like Jacobs over Bijan this week, but I'm fine doing either one.
Boom, done. And also, Bijan's been getting poached at the goal line. We saw it happen last week with Algier. And who do we trust in the matchup? Do we want to go?
Yeah, I mean, we're doing limited of these. If we were going to do 20 of these, 25 of these, you just take the ADP there. Right. Maybe, unless you want to make a big stand. I think if you just do a couple, you make your stands. And I like Jacobs over Bijan this week. I like Jamar Chase over Bijan this week. Like, that's very, like, I don't know in the 12 mans necessarily, but I do kind of like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So back to the Michael Wilson thing. Like, the Bengals have a stud corner that is shutting down wide receiver ones right now. So Michael Wilson is going to be against the bad defenders in that game. They're going to have that guy travel with Harrison. Not that, and that Harrison is underperforming anyway. So he's going to it's going to be McBride, but if it's a receiver, it could just be Michael Wilson. I think that in the fourth quarter contest, I like Michael Wilson barely has an 8. He's like 215.9.
So I would feel bad if I didn't explain what we're doing exactly, because it is a pretty nuanced thing. This is a dog bowl qualifier. The top 3 win tickets to Kansas City for a live final and a chance at a $1 million in prizes. There's 5,200 people entering this week. It's been going on every week since week 1. This is week 11. It's currently, about a third filled. And it's the main slate. So we're drafting. It's a best ball style draft. 12 teams, 6 rounds. You must draft 1 tight end. You must draft 1 quarterback, at least 1 running back, and at least 2 wide receivers. But then you get a flex. It could be a tight end, a running back, or a receiver. And so this is, I think, kind of, as far as best ball tournaments go in season, this is kind of the sharp of the sharp. This is the real people who are trying to no ball the most.
You see Patrick Barnes YouTube there take Jamar Chase over Dowdle.
Yeah.
I think Chase is the only wide receiver I would take over Dowdle there. And I think McBride is a toss up, like how you want to build.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
By the way, I have a McBride team. I entered one on Monday and forgot I entered it and started doing something, and I auto drafted one. And I actually loved the team. It correlated it for me. It gave me a Justin Herbert, QJ, Trey McBride, Justin Jefferson, DeAndre Swift team. Like it was like all plays that I could see myself have taken.
Right.
I probably would have built something different, but I seen it and I'm like, that's not the worst team. So I felt fine with that because I was going into it because Aaron Jones's ADP was way low. I think it was like 5th round, day one. And I was like, I want to take advantage of that. And as you see, I took him in the 4th round willingly today. So I was hoping to get like late 4th Aaron Jones, which I think you could still get.
Yeah,
let's look at the board, see what we have coming up.
Sure, of course. We're both kind of in lockstep on what we thought for if we were in this position. I think we might have a chance at it, but you just never know who's going to be there. At the turn, Gunner and FK, right, started off, of course, with McCaffrey and then JSN for Gunner. We're about to be on the clock here. I think we both are not crazy that we have to go Kittle, not crazy about having to go Lamar. And so, Kittle goes. Is this our lad spot or our T spot?
Do we want to go lad and then try to get Herbert, or do we want to go T and take a running back?
I think we go lad, and then we have the option to go Herbert.
Yeah, if we don't get Herbert, like Coolers can take unstack Herbert if he wants, or Gunner. Like, congratulate, sure, whatever. Yeah. But I think I like that. I think a lad plus.
We don't have to Herbert force it. We're in a great spot with lad there, and then
right, and then as you see all the running backs, like click the running back tab and let's see what we have left. Like Aaron Jones is available if everything goes against us and you're willing to do that. Judkins, like Marks is actually in a pretty good spot. I wouldn't hate Woody Marks versus the Titans. I obviously we could just go T as well. Like, if T comes back around, we could just do that.
So Jones goes very sharp there. Aaron Jones in the early 3rd. I am interested in T.
I think we could just go T. Yeah, and I like that.
I think that's the appropriate way to go.
Yeah.
Although I was kind of I think rounds 4 and 5 is where we have a better kind of
T opens us up to if nobody listened to anything we said at all this whole time and forgot that Pat Freiermuth exists.
Sure.
Like we get him. Or we could do the Jonnu thing, like I was saying. Like if we want to go round 5, Joe Flacco if he comes back around.
Yeah, no, totally. I think we have so many quarterback outs right now. It's perfect. Perfect spot.
I don't like the reason I was asking about the dome game Minnesota thing. Like, I don't think naked Caleb Williams is that bad.
No, I would go. I would do that.
And let's see, Minnesota versus tight ends.
So Matt,
Minnesota is 10th worst versus tight ends. So like I'm not saying that I want to target Loveland, but like that's an option.
Yeah, definitely. No, definitely an option. But he gets drafted pretty frequently, so it's not like it's that but it's as if you're gonna go last, Caleb Loveland. It makes sense to me. Matt was saying, "What's up with Shaheed?" So I've had Shaheed and I've been starting him in my home league, half PPR. You're getting traded mid-season. It's going to mess everything up. So don't start Shaheed until, if you can afford not to. But I'm hopeful that they get some chemistry quickly with, Darnold being on the Seahawks now and things turn around. But yeah, it's kind of it's tough. There's going to be some adjustment there.
Number one, they didn't need him last week. They didn't need anything. They just needed their 2 defensive linemen to wreck the game. But he didn't learn he hadn't learned the offense yet, like fully. Like, I know he knew the offense before, the verbiage is going to be fine, but I bought into it. It makes sense that it didn't work day one, though. So as you see, like, Trey McBride goes, and then Kittle goes, and then it's forever, and then nobody, like, none of the other ones have went. Yeah, like Lamar going all the way down there. So if we had CMC or Bijan, I think taking Lamar would have made more sense. But because we took Jacobs, and Jacobs sometimes goes where Jamar Chase went or where McBride went, he's already going to be paired with Lamar quite a bit.
Sure.
So it removes that like uniqueness, in my opinion. But if Lamar fell to me at the 101, I do really like it with CMC. Like I don't think that that's going to be something that happens super often.
Stafford does go with the Adams drafter. Herbert is gone. Mahomes is gone.
All right, let's look and see what we got.
Addison Shakir. So we've hit that cliff that we talked about. It's a tough matchup for Baker this week.
Well, we still have our quarterback. We still have Flacco.
Oh, yeah.
And we still have Caleb Williams. So, and I think the Chase drafter's up right now, so they have to decide. Okay. Hit running back real quick.
Sure.
Let's look and see what's available at running back.
It's Bucky. I think this is could be a good spot to take Bucky.
Okay. Do we want to chance it and the Q-Tag game or not? I mean, it's an awesome matchup if he does play. I don't think he plays, though.
I don't think he plays either. Let's assume he doesn't play. Let's take someone else. What do you want to go with?
Okay. We could just we could take Otten. That's fine. Or Flacco. I think we just lock it up. It's fine. Like, just make sure we get, like, I don't think Gunner is going to take Joe on us. There you go. And then that leaves us to DeMarcado available if he's available in the last round. I do really like Kate Otten this week. I think I have him ahead of Kelsey. Personally.
That's fair.
So, yeah. I mean, I don't think Freiermuth was going to be available to us at the very end. So,
because we're so far down the board, but at the same time, we don't have to play it with the bring back. I think we want some exposure, kind of to.
I mean, if you want to bring back, you could always throw in Caleb Johnson. It is the Bengals; anybody can score. I'm joking.
I know. You scared me a second there. I was looking at something else, then I heard Caleb Johnson. I had to register. Like,
wait, what?
Does Caleb Johnson even exist? Do you want to grab the quarterback now, and then because we have the flex option? Obviously, right?
It's up to you. Do you want to take the swing on Bucky or not? Like, the safe play is to take Flacco here. And if you want to take the swing on Bucky, do it. If not, I think we just take.
No, Bucky's not going to play. So why even?
I don't think he is either. I took him in one of the squib kicks, but that's a $3 draft. So
crazy that we're drafting Joe Flacco, but that's the way it goes. And
I mean, Bucky's a player. If he comes all the way back, we absolutely take him.
Sure, there is some strategy though, where it's like take the Q-Tag player earlier in the draft so that you have a higher priority on the.
Well, I believe it's the last pick in the round that took the Q-Tag. Maybe Neil can verify this, but I believe if we took Bucky here and then somebody else took a Q-Tag running back at the end of this round, they get the first swap option because it's last in, first out or whatever, or first in.
Well, how many other players are even Q-tagged right now that have been drafted?
I mean,
Dobbs.
It's not that has been drafted yet. It's like let's say if Neil took a Q-tag player there, he would have first swap over us if I understand it correctly, even though we had the first pick. Because it's but within that round.
I guess there's no one else that's been drafted in rounds 3 or 4 that are, or I guess Gadsden, but that's
like That's the way I understood it. I went to so the master class has some free information
Mhm.
that you can find, and they did like a swap thing. And based on what I read, that's what it sounded like. Yeah. Okay.
This is what's so funny is like
Yeah.
Neil's like
Yeah.
I don't fully understand, and neither do we. But
I
but
so
here we are
avoid.
playing in this high stakes,
Yeah.
high risk, high reward situation, not fully understanding the rules. Perfect game theory here, not fully understanding the
Yeah.
rules. We're all in the same boat.
I mean, if Buggy makes it all the way back, like we could do the Demarcado thing if he's still there.
I kind of hope he doesn't come back because I know Bucky's not going to play.
I don't know.
No, it's all right.
Hit wide receiver too,
Of course.
because I like some like. What do you think about Jerry Judy?
We're chasing it. I mean, I know they want to get him more involved, but he's had such a bad year. It's like
I'm throwing out names. Like
no, I know. No, I think it's not the worst name.
Darius Slayton is a fun pick.
God, you're gonna throw
well.
that in my face. Did you see the bet that I made with BBG last week?
I did not.
We bet a beer, Darius Slayton versus Wan'Dale Robinson in underdog scoring in week 10, and Slayton won by like exactly 1 point. Total
Awesome.
bullshit. Slayton's not good.
He is fun,
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is so true. This is so true.
It's like, yeah, I just put my stuff in and I get somebody. I put my rankings in and I will get one of them. Janu did go there, by the way. Did Fryermuth go yet? Or did Janu only?
Fryermuth is available.
I mean, I don't want to flex Fryermuth, but
it wouldn't be the craziest thing, but
it wouldn't be the craziest, but I really don't.
Pretty bold.
I mean, let's put it this way. I mean, we could do the Bucky thing. Like, do you like Kenneth Walker versus the Rams? I don't think it's I don't like it at all.
No.
Is Charbonnet available?
I don't like Ken Walker right now.
The Rams are very, very tough.
Available. I'm not so excited.
Well, so the Rams are very tough versus rushing touchdowns. I think they've allowed 1 or 0 on the year. So I'm pretty out on that.
At least 1, but you're right. It's very low.
I think it's 1, and it was like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. Like I don't hate the Christian Watson. Like I don't like Christian Watson with Jacobs.
That's another. Yeah, we need to avoid that.
I think we either take the swing on Bucky or you go with one of the 2 wide receivers, right? Or
do you want to go Bucky and then we just end up swapping it? We know he's
Parker,
not playing, but
what about Parker Washington with the bring back? No, I think Bucky's the right call. Like,
let's take Bucky and then we'll just have our set up.
So go ahead and hit the board real quick. And let's look at the Q tags in this round.
Sure.
So Ricky Pearsall is in. So we have the Q tag there. Brian Thomas is a Q tag, so they will get first dibs there. Dobbs is a Q tag, so they will get first dibs. We will need to go back and look at what's available so we can, because since we only do 1, maybe 2. I don't know if you're going to do another one or not, but
yeah, I'm down too.
Okay. So yeah, we can look at this later. I just wanted this to get brought back up and then go back to the players and click through the different options we can put them in. And then if we have to make the decision, we make the decision.
I think we can't.
I mean, you got to put Walker.
We should probably not go Keenan Allen, and we probably not go Christian Watson just because of the way we drafted, right?
And Parker Washington versus Jacoby Myers is interesting. We do have the lad there, right?
Well, here's a thought though. Do we want to team stack?
What about Sean Tucker versus Buffalo? That's a clean swap.
It is kind of clean.
And he's the only running back. He only had he only had 10 carries, 9 carries or whatever. And they did use Rashad White last week more, but he's the only running back this year that has 50 yards rushing versus the New
The
England Patriots.
Patriots.
Yeah.
The problem with Sean Tucker is the projectable volume is just going to be so low that we're really looking for like a 95th, 99th percentile outcome. So just it kind of scares me away that it's almost like we're punting a little bit.
Go ahead and enter in another dog bowl and see if it does have a chance to fire if you're going to do it. But
for sure.
And then I think we kind of got
right. You're so right.
Yeah, because these could take a while. Location error fooled all of you.
Yeah. Do you remember during peak best ball season where you actually could like fool the entire chat with a location error and they'd all go in the underflow or the overflow?
Yeah. 3 people. Yeah, I think we have a pretty clean swap there. We can go back and look through the different pieces as well. You can't go back. Like that's why I wanted to go to it.
Right. We just know in our head though. Here's my last point on this. Maybe Sean Tucker's a clean swap. I'm not super excited about it, but I think it's viable. My question becomes, is Christian Watson actually the play because he gets it done with 1 catch or he gets it done on 4 receptions? And we're just going to team stack and say, you want the Green Bay Packers this week. They're going to just destroy the Giants.
I mean, Darius Slayton was available. And he is a clean bring back on Josh Jacobs.
Putting that back in my face. It is Jameis Winston, so like I see.
Wouldn't it be even better that you then win a dog bowl seat with a guy that you just lost the bet with? Wouldn't that make you feel better?
That'd be insane, actually. Yeah, no, you're right.
Like now, if you lose it, and like even if it's a clean sweat, like he gets you to the clean sweat. Now, if we get there and he's the only bad piece, like
the assumption, Hoohames, is that we lose all of the money. So that is already a foregone conclusion.
Yeah. Right. We've already lost.
We've already lost. In. There's like, only upside from here.
It's kind of like when you go to the casino with $50 and you're like, I'm just gonna go 1 spin. Like we're just gonna put it all on black and see what happens. And if it's good things, we're gonna have it like we're gonna enjoy something like. And I don't go with just $50, but
Hoohames, you're such a romantic. You're such a romantic. You're painting the picture for me. I can see it now.
It's almost like I've done this before.
I don't think I told you. I'm going to Kansas City in
next week, right?
Yeah, in 5-6 days. I'm going next Tuesday for like 8 hours.
Oh, only 8 hours?
Yeah, if I can.
I was going to give you a recommendation for food, but it's not actually in Kansas City. It's in Independence, a place that I like. It's like an 8-minute drive from downtown Kansas City.
I'll let you know if I get stranded because I'm on the last Delta flight out of the day, and there's a slight chance I miss the flight. And so if I do miss the flight, I could have stayed one night. I'm kind of rushing it because I take my kids to school on Wednesdays, and I'm going on Tuesday. So like I need to get back late Tuesday night and then take my kids to school the next day. But if I get stranded in Kansas City, I will be giving you a ring, and I'll be looking for some dinner recommendations, which I think you already mentioned one.
Yeah. Let's answer that question.
Yeah, from Champaign. What's up, brother? How we doing? Tyler Warren or kill rest of season? Give me Tyler Warren.
I agree. Tyler Warren.
And it's close, but it's I think it's clearly
with all the weapons coming back.
Oh, so this week we love Freiermuth. I would take Freiermuth over this entire list every day of the week and twice on Sunday. Would you trade Cook and Singletary for Shakir and Bijan?
Yes.
Yeah, because of course. You're going to get Bijan, and we like Shakir over Singletary, heads up. We like Bijan over Cook, heads up.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, click faster.
Yeah, get that trade in.
Click faster.
Nate Llanos driving the ball on a par 5. He probably just hit it 300 yards in the profile picture. Love it. Trade Charbonnet, Shakir, and Dak for Patrick Mahomes. No, unless you don't need that depth at all, and there's not a single chance you ever start Charbonnet or Shakir rest of season, then you're getting a slight upgrade from Dak to Mahomes.
I mean, Dak has a better schedule rest of the season.
Yeah, he could
than
just be
Mahomes.
better. Honestly, is the thing. But
Mahomes has been better for fantasy up to
and
this
he's
point.
running the ball as much as ever, right?
Right, but like the Cowboys aren't going to It's not like those trades Dallas Cowboys made are going to make them actually good at defense. Like they're still going to be really bad at defense. So I think you want Dak. Like there's still the chance that Kansas City's defense is fine, and Patrick Mahomes. Like we do know that when Kansas City's up, they're going to do everything they can to win by the fewest amount of points possible. Like that is what they do.
Yeah, it's so true.
And I hate it. I absolutely hate watching it. Like I feel like I never really feel like we're gonna lose. But it's so frustrating to watch whenever we could just be ahead by 15 every game. And they just choose not to do that.
Yeah.
For a couple of years.
I have a thought on that. Also, the touchdown king, Andrew Robb.
yeah.
What's up, brother? How we doing? Good to see you. Hope you're having a great week. Hope your best ball teams are thriving. Hope you're killing it in the home leagues and all that good stuff. Always good to see you, my friend. And thanks for being here. Hold that thought. So, Hoohames, I'm pretty sure I've shown you this, but
oh yeah.
Have I officially shown you this?
Yes. The Best Ball Jeopardy champion.
Whoo! Look at that. Isn't that sweet? That's so nice. Fanspeak Network, the nicest people in the fantasy football community, and such a fun tournament that we hosted. For y'all in the chat that don't already know, the Fanspeak Network hosted during the summer. You know, we're best ball degens at heart, but during the summer, I put that right there, right in front of my wife's picture. You know, what's more important in life, love?
Well, she gets to see your success at all times now.
Yeah, she's staring right at the back of my success. It's my wife holding our first child, but I'll put the fantasy trophy right in front of it. The Fanspeak Network, they hosted an incredible Best Ball Jeopardy tournament. There must have been 20 episodes. I was lucky enough to be featured in about 4 of them because I did make my way through the bracket and take down none other than PPR Tyler in the finals. I mean, destroyed him, crushed his soul. Poor guy.
He destroyed me.
There was all of the matchups were super close. I got lucky to get through. I went up against Hartman. I went up against Bendel. I went up against everyone was killing it. It was such a fun bracket. It was just pure luck that I got through and got to destroy PPR Tyler right in his face.
Yeah, by the way, we just need one more dog bowl. One more for the dog bowl. Oh, and Champagne. I wouldn't panic on Judkins. I don't love I don't love him the rest of the season, but I don't panic on him either. He still had 22 carries last week. Like 22 carries isn't 0, right? Like it's not like he's down to 15 carries or whatever. So I am not panicking. I don't think they score a ton of points the rest of the season, but they at least were trying to move the ball in different ways last week. And if they can do what they did last week and get the wide receivers more involved, Judkins will be in the red zone more often with better, probably more opportunities to score. I'm not saying that that's definitely going to happen, but I wouldn't panic on Judkins. You got him for free anyway. So RJ Harvey or Woody Marks rest of season. I am probably RJ Harvey, although the Texans have kind of figured out a little bit with the offensive line. It kind of feels like they're holding in extra people to block right now. Like they're bringing an extra tight end or a 6th offensive lineman here and there. So
we got the 5 spot.
Yeah, we might get another Jacobs share.
It honestly could be. We got FK in here. We got Tubinis, iMagikarp.
Player
Of
Q.
course, player Q, our guy, Neil Orfield, hot scissors, rotosurgeon.
Nice. We do not get Jacobs. He goes at 3.
Sharp room.
So do you want to do Jamar Chase here? Do you want to do Trey McBride, Rico Dowdle? Or do you like Puka or JSN? What I'm kind of fine with any of these. I prefer Chase or Dowdle.
I think the ceiling outcome for Chase is better than the JSN outcome. I will say that. So
that's kind of where I'm at. Yeah. And
yeah, it's easy as that, right?
yeah. Chase, like, I mean, we're chasing that game basically. Like, we need that game because we have Burrow, or we have not Burrow, we have Flacco and Higgins on the other team. So this team, we're going to have Chase, and we'll see.
I like this move from Matt. He's really trying to consolidate some of his and go for like a Henry, a Collins, a Williams, or a Dowdle. I guess Kyron Williams might be the weaker piece in that, but still worth what you're giving up. And unless Marvin Harrison is just not really missing time and continues to ascend, but I still am in, I think.
I like the other two a lot more as well.
Right.
But yeah, if any of those teams don't have depth, I think it's a solid trade for both people. If those teams have depths, they'll just laugh at that and be like, nah.
Hoohames, speaking of visiting Kansas City next week, and I did the math. It's actually 6 days because it was literally Tuesday 10 minutes ago, or actually it still is for another, or actually no, today's Wednesday. I'm losing track of time. But
me too.
What's the weather like right now in your neck of the woods? For me, at midnight, it's still like 65 degrees outside, and we've been hitting the mid 80s most days this week.
I mean, I'm like 6 hours away from Kansas City, so
I know, but you're pretty lateral there.
Yeah, lateral. Like, it goes down to like high 40s at night.
Nice.
Something like that. Like, it got really cold. Like, yesterday it was windy and like low 40s during the day, and that kind of sucked. But no, it's not that bad.
Yeah,
I believe that laughing was about the stare at your success comment. I assume. And then I covered those questions. The first couple.
No, thank you so much for. So I mean, you and I have both been like Harvey, Mark, stretch the season. It's so close.
It is close, but
and you see in these drafts that Marks is going first, right?
Yeah. The thing is that rest of season, like Marks isn't going to play Tennessee every week. Like, playing Tennessee is a gigantic boon, right? Like, it is very good.
I hate giving up Rashee Rice, but I love Amon-Ra so much too. And I think Laporta to Andrews, kind of a similar tier, similarly good offenses. And giving up AJ Brown is probably smart, and getting Henry is insanely good because we just know how good Henry's rest of season schedule is. And then again, if Henry gets to play the Bengals twice, that means Andrews gets to play the Bengals twice. And we know the Bengals are the target to go for tight end matchups, right? So
I think, Rashee and Amon are equal, and I think you win the other part of the trade.
Exactly. That's 100% what I would think on this. Like, you get the better matchups for Henry and Andrews, and AJ Brown is kind of a lost cause at this point for this season. It's just he's going
to put up a 40-point week in week 16 and make everybody cry. It's going to happen, and then he's going to put up 3 points the next week.
Hoohames, we're on the board. The running backs are gone. We got completely hosed.
Do you want to go Nico here? Or do you want to go hit RBs?
No, I want to avoid the RBs and
yeah, let's.
Unless Vidal, but
I like that is the one I was going to mention. Like we could take Vidal or we could take Nico, whichever one you feel like taking.
let's go Nico.
I love Nico this week.
Let's play into some strength. Why would we go Chase and Vidal when we can just say, hey, maybe we actually have wide receiver 1 and 2 on the week?
Nico Collins, like he had 130 some yards last week. They've seemed to figure out some things with the offensive, like I was saying, with the offensive line a little bit in Houston. They've gotten better and better at figuring out ways to protect their quarterback. And Tennessee is just bad on defense.
Yes.
Like there's no questions about that.
Champagne wants to know, would you trade Singletary for Pacheco today? If this is redraft, I mean, both these guys don't really move the needle for me, but I think maybe I'm more excited about Pacheco. I would hope that like you have better options available at the same time. So like, any other thoughts there, Hoohames?
Give me Singletary. I mean, I was so out on Pacheco all offseason, and then when we didn't draft anybody until round 7, I got way in. It was the dumbest thing I've done all offseason.
Let's make this next pick, then we'll catch back up with a few of these questions.
Aaron Jones goes to player Q right there.
Dude,
I like that was the player I felt like.
Yeah, I know.
I felt like he's the value. There is a play we can't really make here, and I mean, I would absolutely take or even like Metcalf's the bring back.
Do we want the bring back or do we want the double stack?
I mean, it's going to be harder to get the double stack there, right?
Probably.
No, I think you want the bring back if we want to do it.
Or I hate ETN. I'd go Marks over him.
We don't want to do Marks with Nico. I mean, it would be Swift, right? Like it's either.
Do you want to go Swift?
Either one. Either one's fine.
Let's go DK Metcalf.
Yeah, let's just get the like Jamar Chase, wide receiver 1, and then the 2 biggest gams in the NFL, not other than AJ Brown.
We're just calling our shot. We're flexing on this whole draft. We took
see all that green around us. We don't want none of it. None of it. You guys don't know, no idea what you're doing over there. It's all about the yellow.
Hoohames, it looks like we're finally piss boys.
Yeah, we're piss boys. We got it. Game is solved.
I've heard this game is beatable.
That's right. It is a very beatable game.
I feel like you and I were just nerding out, being total chat rats right now. This is going over the head of like at least half of the chat, but that's okay. We're bringing you guys along.
Yeah.
This coming summer, you guys are in for just a whole new world. Anyone that we've picked up along the way in season, we're going to transition you guys into best ball bros this coming season, and it's going to be life-changing, and you're going to enjoy it, and you're going to be so thankful that we get you there. But, being a part of the fantasy football community, but more importantly, the best ball community is the best community in fantasy football. It's where you want to be.
Yeah.
It's the guys you want to be listening to, talking with, getting the sharp plays for the whole year ahead. And I had fun all summer with speaking with Hoohames. We did a number of best ball drafts all summer. Of course, Hoohames was streaming all summer long. I was as well. And so just a lot going on. And then if I didn't see Hoohames live, I sure as hell saw him in the chat of anyone else who was live. And that is just, you could see me there as, so we're 2 peas in a pod on that wavelength. And there's so many, like the best ball space, all of the jokes are so meta, and it's such like a little circle with like it is an echo chamber of a lot of like ideas of, zero RB bros and all this kind of stuff. But at the same time, it's like do you remember how crazy it was week to week in June? When it was just like, the real-time assistance, the RTA tools. Then the next week it was just like the drama, and there's so much stuff week to week in the best ball community last summer.
I for the most part just ignored it. People would ask me, and I'm like, I don't care. I'm gonna like. It
was fun.
Yeah, it was. I'm a DGen. I'm gonna draft either way.
No, but it was the whole point. Yeah, it was
It's
funny,
it's
but it was
not like poker where the game has exact outcomes and the tools, like the known outcomes are out there and there's only so much, like it's pure math,
oh yeah.
right?
No, this is
Like
the Wild
this
West.
this is not pure math because you could have had 42% Tyreek Hill and just cried yourself to sleep week 3
Oh
or
my
whatever.
god, I can't. That couldn't be
Like,
me. But
yeah, right. Like I mean, you could that could have been your season, right? Like, it's like I have a problem with it in like the poker stuff, which is why I stopped playing online poker. But like with best ball, like there's no way it's a solvable game just because the injuries will happen.
the problem I mean,
Like
I
the
was
theory behind it could end up being solved, but you never know. Like it's all about which players get hurt and then which players around them
you
were
got to
the
run
better
pure.
picks. Yeah, you got to run pure.
The problem with me in online poker is that you just don't know if the site you're using is cheating and like playing
Yes.
against you, and so that's kind of disheartening to me. But you know, there's a
so do-
surprising amount of crossover between the poker world and the best ball world.
Oh
I
yeah.
will say
Do,
that.
do we want to go Gedson here and
Yeah,
for
we
the
have
two-tag
to, right?
game?
We
Like
totally have to.
I think it's such a good value, and
Or because are you thinking we do Flacco again, or we're gonna just?
I mean we could flip it and go Rogers too, like if he comes back,
I think Rogers makes sense. I think
and then like I mean we could just do that here and then hit running back real quick.
because we're at
I
that
think
point.
I if you want to go Rogers, let's go Rogers now, and we could take last round. What do you think about that? Like lock up.
Oh, and double stack Rogers. That's pretty savvy, actually.
Well, or something else. I'll put it in the chat.
Do we need a running back right now? No, I know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
I think we can get there with him next round. I'm pretty confident.
Yeah. So I think this,
But I'm also scared.
This player right here in between us is the only
one.
Right.
Yeah, I knew that.
And
So
okay, we're
Walker,
good. We're good.
We're
Yeah,
good.
we're good.
We did
So
it.
like
We got away with it.
I honestly like Gadsden more there overall, but I think because we need a running back, and you really
We know what we're doing.
and you really like DeMarcado, I think it's a fine spot. Like he's definitely like the best one left.
We know what we're doing here.
Yeah. So Piss Boys for life, man. Like Piss Boys have to like DeMarcado, right? Like you have to like DeMarcado.
You know the funniest thing? I don't know who I was talking to over the summer because I talked to literally everyone that we know, but somebody was saying to me, "Why are you drafting?"
Getting Gadsden all the way back there is so good.
I know. I'm a little bit jealous of that.
He's got an awesome team over there. It's a good thing the
team.
people in the 5-hole are out here just living their best life.
So there was a time in the summer where somebody was trying to sell me on Trey Benson, and I was never a Trey Benson guy. I'm more of a James Conner guy. But someone's trying to sell me on Trey Benson. They go, but he got standalone value. He has contingent upside. And I said right to their face, I said, what about Amari DeMarcado? What if he is actually the guy you need over Benson? Yeah. And no one was drafting him, and I didn't even draft DeMarcado at that time in June, July, whatever. But like I just, in the back of my mind, I knew it was there. I knew it was a possibility. I'm not crazy about him, but just like it's opportunity driven. The running back position in that kind of state is just so much about who's healthy, who gets the opportunity, who do the coaches trust. And so, yeah, DeMarcado.
Yeah, so for those of you who are new to this kind of game, what the person in the 4-hole done, they could have done anything but Kenneth Walker there and made their team slightly better if they liked any of the other people. Like
there's some game theory to it. What Hoohames is saying is because you can only draft 2 running backs maximum on a 6-team roster. So because Roto Surgeon, Hot Scissors, and Neil Orfield, aka Player Q, had all drafted 2 running backs, that this player could have also drafted any player between, like excluding quarterback because he already had one. he could have drafted any player between where he took Ken
Well,
Walker
he
and
was
Tez
guaranteed.
Johnson,
He was
and
guaranteed.
also gotten Ken Walker with
Yeah.
his 5th round pick.
Right, yeah, because Kenneth Walker was guaranteed to be there.
He'd guaranteed to be
the fifth
available,
round.
and that's why Hoohames and I celebrated when he took Ken
When he
Walker,
took Walker.
because then it locked in the fact that no one else could
Yep.
take DeMercado until we selected our next pick.
Yeah,
Which is just the fun of it. This is kind of the fun of.
Oh yeah,
and none of this is going to matter. We've already assumed we've lost. It's all upside from here. This team, it's a donation to the actual winner.
I mean, do we
time,
take Freiermuth if he comes all the way back and do the double stack that way? Or
yeah, we have to, right?
Like, we're pretty in on that game. But
did Schultz go yet? Because
yes, no, he hasn't.
Because
like,
here's the thing, I
actually like some of these other guys.
If somebody plays spoiler and we don't get Freiermuth, I think
I
Schultz
actually
or Johnson.
Well, we already have
Schultz
Nico,
is gone,
right? We already have Nico. Like
Johnson goes. Well, I'm thinking about like game stacking. Like, you just want an offense that's going to overwhelm a team, and like Nico and Schultz can both get there.
Yeah, well, I mean, Cincinnati opponents have gotten, I think it's 37 points a game over the last. I'm going to look it up real quick.
No, it's totally viable for sure.
Like, they've given up 37 points a game, I think, over the last 5 weeks.
This is probably how I play it.
So Bears,
we have to get
47.
one of these guys, because no one's the odds. So FK needs a tight end, but the odds that someone else flexes a tight end is essentially 50-50 out of that group. We are going to get one of Freiermuth or Jonnu.
So here we go. It's Bengals 47, Jets 39, Steelers 31, Packers 27, Lions 37, Broncos 28, Vikings 48, Jaguars 27.
Yeah.
And the Browns 16. The Browns don't count as a real offense. That was before Judkins. That was week 1 when they didn't have Judkins. So they don't count.
Right.
So Champagne's asked 7 questions here as well.
I know. We'll have to catch up to Champagne, because this is a pretty intense draft. The way we did it, we also cornered ourselves where we took 3 straight wide receivers, which is an alpha play. But at the same time, we're forced to go QB, running back, and tight end in some order at some time. Right. And so we really forced ourselves into this one.
That's why I kind of wanted to just lock up Rodgers there and take the chance. Because the tight ends, there's a better chance. I wouldn't hate Hawkinson if we have to go Hawkinson. But Hawkinson is probably a better pick for the player on the menu right now, because they have Caleb Williams stacked. Coolers just took the
they
one
have
stack.
to take a wide receiver, so we're good.
Oh, they do? Yeah, let's do it.
Boom.
I don't know how often double stacks have won in the Dog Bowl, but I don't hate this. Because tight ends, the floor. So last time he was talking about he doesn't trust Freiermuth. That was one of the things he was going to talk about against the Bengals. Against the Bengals, week 7, Pratt Freiermuth, 6 targets, 2 in the red zone, 5 receptions, 2 touchdowns, 111 receiving yards, 56 air yards for 28.1 full PPR points. And it was 23.6 half PPR points in this matchup. So if he gets half of that, we're cooking.
10 points, I mean, is possible. 20 points, we're winning.
Well, I mean, 15 points, if we get 13, 14 points, we feel really good about our last round pick getting 13, 14 points. The real thing is we need DeMercado to get 20-ish points.
I'm just thinking of this now, but the leverage is, who could beat Freiermuth by so many points that he's not relevant? There's one guy, right? Trey McBride. What does Trey McBride need to do that? Well, he can't just do it with 120 yards. He has to do it with one or two touchdowns and or 10 receptions. But let's just say he doesn't get there. But at the same time, the Cardinals still put up some points. That's DeMercado. So our leverage against Trey McBride is that somehow DeMercado is their touchdown scorer.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the tight ends just don't really separate. And either Freiermuth is one in the pack, or we get lucky and it's a game where Rodgers throws 4 or 5 touchdowns. Metcalf gets 2, Freiermuth gets 1 or 2. Even if Metcalf gets 1, he could still get there with like 18 points. As our wide receiver 3, we only need like 10, 12 points from him.
I mean, we need those first 3 players to all get 20 points. Like Chase needs 25, Nico needs 25.
Unless DeMercado can get 20, but I don't think he will.
I mean, DeMercado to get 20, like
it's
that's
totally possible.
100 yards and a touchdown is close, right? Because he
was I mean, if he had a touchdown last week, he'd be there.
And Bam Knight, I believe. I don't know. Is he officially out?
Bro, he's so out. Let's read the coach speak on it.
Yeah, I mean, he was out, but then he picked up an injury too.
Bam Knight is doing day to day, aka week to week.
I mean, those are 2 completely different things.
No. Day to day is always week to week when it's this early in the week. Head coaches. That's what I've learned. Day to day is week to week. Week to week is month to month.
Yeah. Well,
it's an ankle injury. I mean, you don't just get better on that.
I think running backs need ankles. I'm not a doctor, but I'm pretty sure that that running backs need ankles.
Best of luck, Andrew. Thanks for stopping by, my friend. Always good to see you. Always good to talk with you. And we'll catch you in another one real soon, my man.
Yeah, let's get through these questions so I can go to bed.
Yes. Okay, yeah. Champagne. We're gonna power through these ones. We're good on Judkins. We're not really panicking. RJ Harvey rest of season or marks. We're slightly into marks, but it's so close. It's actually very, very close. Jaden Reed once he gets back, I would not put any faith in that this season. Let's wait till next season. Any other thoughts there, Hoohames?
I'm in. Like, we just watched Christian Watson do the unthinkable. I don't know what they have in the grass up there at Green Bay, but it must be good.
They got some good grass, apparently. Yep. Do you anticipate the Giants pass catchers going nuclear with Winston starting? To an extent, yes. But what does that mean? I mean, I don't know. You've got these guys already. It's a slight upgrade. I don't know what it means in terms of like seeking them out or trading for them or like what, right?
I don't know about like this week is not it's a bad matchup week this week. I still do play my Giants though. Like Jameis can make anything happen for your team or theirs.
Rest of season, I go Alec Pierce. Honestly, Alec Pierce, Troy Franklin, Trey Tucker, and then I don't know, QJ, Parker Washington, and Josh Downs. I don't know. What do you think?
I'm Pierce, Tucker, then QJ, Franklin, or Downs before Franklin, then so Pierce, Tucker, Downs, Franklin, QJ, Parker.
So, yeah, you're out on Parker.
I mean, he also come up with an injury.
Did he really?
A Q tag. He had a Q tag in the lobby. Like, go look it up.
Yeah, I'm looking at the coach speak. I didn't catch that.
Well, like, click
I don't
the
see
X
anything there, but I believe you.
Like, I don't remember what it was, but he had something pop up.
I don't recall that. You're right, though. He does. I just don't recall. He misses practice Wednesday, hamstring.
I mean, that's not good.
That's literally could not be worse for a wide receiver.
Yeah. So, and hamstring, sometimes it's like a 2-week injury, sometimes it's 4 or 5. So,
Well, if you're Nico Collins in 2024, it is 6 games, and you tank the Candyman's entire best ball portfolio, where I had 39% Nico Collins, which was great until he missed half the season.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, we talked about that. And also in the Bengals game last time, 3 tight ends scored touchdowns.
It happens.
And Fryman scored 2.
Atlanta defense, I think, is still good.
And Miami's defense is underrated, to be honest. Because everybody thinks they're like the worst in the league. They've actually been a top 10 defense versus the run since like the last 5 weeks.
I would not start Joe Burrow over Baker Mayfield given health, but we need to see it before we believe it, kind of thing. Same thing with Purdy.
Yeah, I probably, as soon as Burrow comes back, I think it's matchup based. Like I think if it's close, you play Mayfield. If it's an obvious matchup, like if Mayfield's going against the Browns and Burrow's going against the Titans, you just play Burrow, kind of thing. But
so I think in this one, JSN, Chase, and CD, obvious must starts. Gibbs, Bijan, Javonte, obvious must starts. So that covers. I will say I would go CD over Javonte. I will say that. That covers your starters.
Are you? Man, that's a stacked team. St. Brown down there and Rashee Rice,
right? So like, I didn't get to cook St. Brown yet. I didn't realize that, and Rice. So this is just like very matchup dependent.
So I don't know how I feel about this, but
it's tough.
I think I agree.
McBride over Kittle for sure, at least.
Yeah. So Hayden Winks has Gibbs ranked like 11th this week because
overall,
but at running back.
Oof.
Because it makes sense because I listened to that earlier.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have him that low, but so the Lions are only projected for 22 points. And
the Eagles defense.
How many carries? Well, how many carries do you think Gibbs and Derek or Demont had last week? Like, what do you think the split was?
I mean, I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna look it up. But
it was 15-15.
Oh no! Don't show this.
Yeah, it was 15-15. Like they had dead even carries.
Okay.
So I do. I'm not gonna say that Gibbs can't get there. He absolutely can get there. Bijan has a great matchup. So like, you could start Javonte over Gibbs. The Raiders are horrible everywhere. I think I still start Gibbs though. Like, to be honest, the real question is
rushing attempts. Gibbs had 15, the 19 touches overall, and then and then Montgomery 15 with 1 catch. So
so 2 less or 3 less. But that's James Cook down there. I start James Cook over Gibbs, I think, this week.
It is a tough matchup because you have such good options. I think I agree. And also, I think, so do you bench St. Brown or do you bench CeeDee Lamb?
Neither.
Do you bench?
Oh, wait, Jamar Chase. Okay, so Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb. Yeah,
so you start JSN and Chase. Then do you bench CeeDee Lamb or do you bench St. Brown? You probably start CeeDee Lamb, right?
Yeah, you start Lamb and Chase, and you have a flex still available because you're only starting.
JSN's the flex or the starter.
Oh yeah, man, I missed JSN on that top line too.
And there's Rice.
Yeah, like it is absolutely ludicrous.
Well, it's a late season guillotine league where he has to win.
So I think my personal play, and it's a scary play, is fade the Lions offense, trust that the Eagles defense does something, say that it's another ugly game,
Yep.
and like just cross off Gibbs and St. Brown because of that.
So you got to go Bijan and Cook. You can't start Javonte because you're starting CD. You have to go McBride, and that's it.
Yeah, it's like JSN, Chase are absolute must starts. Like Chase is my 101 this week. Yeah. If you want to take Rice over one of them, you can. But those are some tough decisions. Those are really tough.
It doesn't get tougher than that in a guillotine league.
And like and like a couple of your studs have bad matchups, and a couple of your really good players have good matchups. Like the James Cook, he's not a stud like Gibbs is, but Gibbs has a bad matchup. And I know that Tampa Bay has a really good rushing off or defense, but they also give up a bunch of huge plays in the rushing game, which we mentioned earlier. That like that's what James Cook does. Is and the Bills just got absolutely embarrassed not being able to run the ball. What does Joe Brady do after they lose a game in that kind of fashion? He gets back to his basics, which is running the ball, running the hell out of the ball.
It's a James Cook week. Hoohames, we did it.
Yep.
We almost went 3 hours. We drafted 2 Dog Bowl qualifiers. We talked about every single game on the slate. We answered the chat's questions. We got it all done. Any final thoughts, comments, or anything you want to promote before we sign off, my friend?
No, I don't know what happened, but my screen froze over here. But we got in, we got out. We said hour and a half max. We did it. We multiplied the hour and a half by 2. We got there. Like as he said, all of my information is down below. If you want to go subscribe to me as well, go ahead. I do all kinds of different content. We do a weekly breakdown on Tuesdays. I'm going to start doing fourth quarter drafts every Wednesday about 4 p.m. Central. And then I just kind of do whatever I feel like the other times. So, but the real thing is every week here on either my channel, Hartman's channel. I think next week will be Hartman's because I think you guys will just flip weeks. And we will be over there doing the same thing. And we will be talking to Hartman about how we won Dog Bowl by being Piss Boys.
Exactly. We are gonna miss you, Hartman, next week when we win our ticket to the Dog Bowl. And unfortunately, you won't get to come because only 2 people invited per ticket, and it'll be me and my guy, Hoohames. Hoohames, thank you so much again. Always a pleasure streaming with you. Thanks for your time. And when I get stranded in Kansas City next Tuesday night because I missed my flight, I will be hitting you up.
I hope that doesn't happen
for dinner recommendations. I know. I hope so too. I hope I'm in Kansas City for Dog Bowl reasons coming up soon.
Me too.
Not just stranded flights. But my man, we did it. We crushed it. And we're signing off. We'll catch y'all in another one real soon. Peace out.
Peace.